Logan's first game, playing for the Broncos.
We're listening to O Canada.
Canada, we stand on.
But they changed the words and we don't know them anymore.
Oh yeah, they made it all gay and queer. This is your channel.
And welcome to beautiful Hillside Stadium here in Canada, BC, as we open up another
That
season.
him?
No, why would he cheer for fucking Raiders?
That sounded like him though.
So when I first came on, it took me a little time to get this on the TV.
It's $25 to watch this live right now.
Yeah.
Every game, not like $5 a month.
Thanks for having me, John. I've been looking
It's like
forward to this
$200
all year.
for
We
the
managed
season,
to
but I'm
avoid
not
that
watching
big rainstorm
35
a little bit.
games
Looks like we're gonna
because
get
Logan
into
will be
these
playing
spells,
the
and
football.
hopefully we get a great matchup today.
They're playing the Raiders today, which I'm assuming is Victoria, because it's VI Raiders, whatever that is. And with Logan being first year playing with this team, chances of him playing are very slim to none. But he did get to dress, and we did get to see him out on the field.
And there's bigger boys on there than him. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
I didn't think anybody could be bigger than that fucking kid. Holy shit.
But the main reason we're here today is to taste Tahiti Treat, a fruit, punch, and vodka-based beverage for adults.
It was a Coca-Cola beverage, Tahiti Treat, and I told the wife to try this.
So, I actually found a couple more that
You haven't tried that you want to try?
Yeah.
Something
But
to start a brand
to first sips, I
Absolutely.
used
As
to
far
love
as the
Tahiti Treat when
Broncos
we
are
could get it
concerned,
in
you
Canada.
really want to get off
But
on
then
a
it
good
just
foot, have the
fell off the
offense.
face of
If
the
you're going to
earth.
receive the ball, matriculate
Now
the ball down the
Fanta's
field,
taking
as
over.
Hank Stram used to say. You want to get that possession, move the ball. You don't have to score on the first possession.
Yeah,
Obviously,
first
that would be a bonus. Defensively,
Give
for the
me a
Broncos, you just want
You
to see them
can't
attack.
drink that with children around like a fruit punch because they're gonna be
Star safety, they
Oh,
have
it's
Dean
dangerous.
Curtis, number 32.
and it'd
He's not much of
be
a tackler,
better
but
ice
he
school,
can make
but
those
I just bought
game-changing
it not
plays
that long ago.
in the back end of the defense with any
How
kind
about the
of
vodka
interception.
taste?
Always a
You
ball
don't
hawk.
really have any
As far as
vodka
VI goes, they've
Little
got that
to
new
none
quarterback,
vodka taste.
Jupe.
Dangerous
Yeah,
around
Jupe.
children.
He's
Very
big
good
kid.
beverage.
He's going to be tough for the Broncos to bring down.
I
And
can just see high
from
school
what we
students
hear,
just buying
VI
that
is
shit
looking to
right
throw
now.
the ball all over the field and have a
The
little
other
bit of
two
fun
I
out there.
have, I found a twisted tea, and it's a pineapple
using
twisted
that running
tea.
back they have, Rondé Lyle,
And
who's
found
been so effective in this league
twisted
as well.
tea
On the Broncos side, you know, we talked
Extreme
about some of the
Blue,
players
it's
coming
called.
back, but
And
one of the
it's
key players not
7%
back this year is Caleb Sands,
So
the
they
all
kicked up the
Canadian,
notch about
great
2%.
in the return game
But
on
then they're
special teams,
just
special
going
teams player of the
after
year. But also,
Mike's Hard Lemonade
really,
because they
a
kicked
good
it up
guy
to
on the
Mike's
opposite side of
Harder
Colton
Lemonade,
Nichol to
and
take some
it's
attention away. That'll be a
7%.
tough loss for the Broncos this year.
Absolutely.
So talk about that
Incredibly
Tahiti Treat.
underrated wide receiver too was Caleb
It's really
Sands,
good,
just fearless over the middle. He
I would definitely
would
buy
just
it
go
again,
wherever you
but
told
I
him
could
to and
imagine
come down with
sugar
those
in it.
game-changing plays.
Yeah,
You're
it
going to
doesn't
want to
tell you
see
the amount
who's
of
going to
sugar
be the
there.
number 2 receiver
No.
this year, who's going to be the number
They don't
3.
tell you.
The Broncos are going to have to spread the ball around to help Nico
Pretty
out
crazy.
because you can't
Yeah,
be a
I know.
one receiver team in CFL.
Dangerous,
football.
crazy.
Well, the
Well,
Broncos will receive
guys
this opening
can
kickoff
stay
as
and
we
watch
get set for
us
kickoff just after
as we
6
watch the
o'clock
football
here,
game
Kamloops
tonight.
time. As the Vancouver
And we'll talk
Island
about
Raiders
some other
will be
stuff
road
there,
warriors
too.
to start the season. They will not
Hello.
see
We're watching
their
the wife's
home
boy play
field for
football right
action
now.
until
Can I have
August
their remote
9th
for a second?
when they take on the
The
Valley
sound?
Huskers for the Broncos. It is back-to-back dates at home to begin the season as the Broncos are right back here next Saturday night.
No, me and the wife are watching the boy play football in BC right now.
It looks like Cole McQueen
I'm
will
hoping to
spot
be
the
able
ball.
They have to
to
pay for this shit.
Two-man deep for the
go
Broncos,
out
who are
in
sporting new jerseys
September to
this year.
see
New
him.
jerseys lasted about 10
But
years,
when they have a
set
game,
thanks to the,
they start
Canada
practice
Sports Council,
at
and we're
noon.
gonna get set for
Autumn's
get ready.
asking how are you are.
CFC football
Good, how are
season
you?
is underway. Ball handled at
Who
the
is it?
10-yard line,
Autumn.
cutting
I don't
back
know
out
who
to
Autumn
a
is.
little bit of
I don't
room
know who
sorry, Autumn.
forward before getting to the
Autumn, tell us a
32-yard
little
line,
bit about yourself.
and we're nicely underway.
But we can't see because you're too
Football
far
season
away.
is underway. Ball
Almost need
handled
the laptop here too.
She's okay. She's better than me.
forward before getting to the 32-yard line.
So I'm not a very big sports person, but when my boys play ball, I gotta watch.
He played with the Edmonton Huskies.
Okay,
in
now
the,
you're in my
Prairie
way.
Football Conference.
Are you gonna leave it on there?
I don't know. Do you guys want to watch Logan play football, or do you want to see our ugly faces?
In under center. Nico to his left, flag flying on the
All good
very
love
first
here.
play of the game.
Always.
And we hope that's not a trend, but looked like perhaps some early movement.
It started off as a drink review with the
And-
Tahiti Treat, and it's taken off.
Tahiti
Tahiti Treat. You guys remember this as kids?
Okay, dude.
Great start for the first play.
Pull up your pants.
Not like you haven't seen that
Just
before.
like we will our
Yeah,
levels.
but
All right, we're going to get set here for first and 15. The Vancouver Island Raiders are a team that gave up 31 points.
and it's very obvious.
last season.
Just like I was with my sister, this is kind of a funny story. With my sister, and we're going to the secondhand stores in Brandon, see what we can find. So my nephew calls her, or she calls my nephew, one way or the other. Anyway, I don't want to use his name, but my oldest nephew tells his mom, he's like, you know what? My brother's not wearing underwear. I think you need to buy him some at the second-hand store. She's like,
That's
dude.
not something you buy at the second-hand store. Yeah, maybe a bra. I
We looked
might
for
think-
underwear when we went in the second-hand store and saw none. Oh, so another funny
You
story.
only
This
ate
happened.
Autumn? Oh, Autumn. Do you remember me from my channel? This is the Uncomfortable Wife's channel. Totally different programming. If she wants you to stay in, you can stay in.
Where are you from? Not that I'm being a creeper, but
Yeah, where are you from, Autumn? You from the United States, America, Canada, Russia, Ukraine, UK?
we don't like Trump supporters, though.
I don't think Trump supporters like Trump right now. It's that whole Epstein file bullshit that everyone's hating him. What the hell are they doing here? Oh.
Obviously, the Raider.
Oh,
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Come on! Come on! Come on! Are we cheering for the right side here?
Yes.
Okay. Shit.
Well, at least they brought it back closer to the center line now, so the.
Dude, how many yards was that? 7 yards? No, it was more than 7 yards. Oh, look at that run! Ooh! That looked like that hurt. He went head first into that.
You can see something was up. I think he was changing the play or trying to change the play as the punter, but you're right.
Welcome to the show, you guys. Sorry, we're watching football.
Yeah, when you pay $25, you have to watch it.
Yeah, a
Because
show.
I'm not gonna watch
Every
everyone.
fucking day, exactly.
That's what I say now, but I can make sacrifices so I can watch it. I didn't even think of asking him what number he was when I texted him earlier.
He's 70 something. You said 79, but I don't think he is 79 because
I think
looked
he's
on
70.
70, 74, 76.
I don't know. But when I texted him this morning before I went to work, he was still up. I'm like, dude, go back to bed. He's like, I'm trying, Mom.
No, you fucking better go back to bed. You better not go play football like that.
But excited, right? First game.
Yeah, I know. The anxiety is kicking in. He couldn't sleep. He couldn't do nothing. Blah, blah,
He's
blah.
now went from high school football to the Canadian Junior Football League.
Yeah, rock and roll.
So we'll see what happens here.
The vape pen's dead, and I can't charge it because I need to clean the end.
It's
The
okay.
charger part.
But that means I gotta go outside.
Yeah, I know.
An interesting set of play calling for the Broncos.
There's still no Logan up there yet.
I don't think that's offense there, anyways.
I don't know, their first game, I'm pretty sure they're going to play all those highlighted people, like, and they're going to play them out.
They actually had one kid go to the BC Lions training camp.
Oh, you guys, what the fuck was that?
Take out the players.
I hope somebody got hit in the face with that.
7-yard line is where VI will take over on offense, and I think that sidelines for the Broncos.
I don't know
here,
what's
you're
going on.
kind of had some holes in that offensive line here to figure out how do we get our quarterbacks.
So this is the Kamloops Broncos versus
VI Raiders.
Victoria Island Raiders.
Your running game, but
So this is before
We think
CFL.
that's what that means. We're not.
Yeah, we
100%
think.
sure.
I could look it up right now, but yeah.
I look it up. My phone's busy.
Yeah, your phone is right out there.
6'7" quarterback and a flag on the very first play. And they'll give it off to the
Get
running back.
on, get on.
Oh!
That
That was a quarterback too.
I don't know what the hell the orange is on the screen, but
What do you mean? Oh, like around the.
yeah, like they have orange. I don't know what that is permanently on the ground. Maybe they play another sport on here.
It might be digitized in. They might have proper like how you'd watch an NFL game and they digitize the yardage. You know what I mean? Where the yard line is. So they might have cameras to be able to do that. It's probably it's $25 to fucking watch this. Oh yeah, it's yard line. This is where they gotta make it to. See?
Oh, okay.
So they digitize that in like a real football game. So they obviously have the cameras to do that. Come on, cross the line. Yeah, okay, they got in.
Yeah, but we don't want the Raiders in.
Oh yeah, wrong team.
We're going after the blue people.
Just before. Oh, he didn't make the line.
That we talked about on the last play, he's got to keep contained while keeping that gap small. Contain gets out, corner makes the tackle. It was a good job.
So calling about 2nd and 4 inside Broncos territory. Jupe in the shotgun. Now the backfield.
And when I got those pre-rolls, they're just in a bag, not in a box or anything. They're just in a fucking bag loose. Did you see the size of the bag that those pre-rolls came in? That fucking big bag. And there's 6 in there. Just loose in a bag. Like,
Oh, come on, Donald!
take him!
And he did a good job of just finding the gap in the zone.
Fuck yeah, drill him to the fucking ground, you guys.
Where he wanted to go, good confident throw, and it helps when you're 6'6", 6'7", you're able to see the
Better not fucking lose your first game, you guys. Come on here. Paying $25 for this there,
We've
eh?
only been watching 5 minutes.
Yeah, I know, but still. I'm actually watching it. That's the funny part. Do you think I'd watch a CFL game like this? Maybe the finals were for the Grey Cup I'd watch. But...
Oh, you guys!
Yeah,
Well,
now
there
they're
you
down
go.
3. Now they
Yeah.
have a kickoff. Could be 4. Oh, I don't know if it works like that in CFL.
I don't know, we probably won't get the score on our screen either.
No, there's a score that pops up in the bottom there. Nice. Hey, I have to admit, that was a good fucking pass. That was a bullet. Look at this. You have to admit, that was a good fucking pass.
So, near Nanaimo, anyways. Great golf course there in the News Bay, by the way. If you ever get a
Golf
chance to go
course.
out there.
What'd you shoot when you played it?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure if we were counting.
You can tell they're Canadian, eh? You know, how'd you score there? You know.
If I had a 6'7" frame of great juke, I could probably move the ball a little bit farther off the club face. But the convert here is going to be good by the Queen, and that's a confident start here.
They kicked it in?
Remember,
Why didn't they
this
run
is
it?
week 1, and that offense looks
You get
like
more
it's
points for that.
mid-season form here already.
They could
They got their 7 points.
But if they would have ran it in, I think they get an extra 2.
No.
No, because you only. CFL. Blah, blah, blah. I don't pay attention. Oh, there's 2 people watching. Well, there's 4 of us watching now. You had like 7 people on here watching the game. Oh, you have 4 now. We're watching the Kamloops Broncos play football, and it costs money to watch this. So if Santa, the uncomfortable wife, gets demonetized for this, I'm very sorry.
It's okay because I paid for it. I'm watching it.
Yeah, and you can show it to whoever the fuck you want. I'm paying.
It'd be nice if the screen was the full size of the TV,
But
but
it's not. And you're paying for it.
And I tried looking for the arrow to stretch it out, but
There
it
is
goes
nothing.
Little trickery here. They'll try for the short kickoff and a jump ball, and the Raiders come up with it. Ariel Waitman, who is high points the ball, and that was executed well. And again, VI looking like they've done this several times.
What?
Oh.
What the hell was that? What the hell was that?
That was pretty good, I have to admit.
No, that was BS. Why did they even
No.
fuck around like
The
that?
onside kick against them. I think that that's a bit of a message to Coach Mankey, and I can't imagine VI is going to keep their foot off the pedal. I imagine we're going to see a deep pass play coming right now to try to.
Yeah, no shit.
Mind you, when you have like, fuck, there must be 50 or 60 players on each team.
Well, at least the Broncos, especially today.
These guys had a lot of players run out too.
Not as many as the Broncos, though. And then remember all those guys they brought in the last years.
Oh, the big dude! Oh, he sat on his head.
Maybe a small loss.
72. That's not Logan for sure.
Logan's not in white; he's in blue.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm looking at 70 numbers.
That's what you need. It's gang tackling on every single ball carrier for the Raiders. You need 2, 3, 4 guys. You're always trying to get as many guys to the ball.
Next
as
week I'll
possible.
watch the game
First two
on
guys are
Sunday
going up, the
after
next guys are to rip the ball up.
when it's on YouTube.
So they just play once a week?
Vanderhook connection comes together there with Thiessen and Balo.
But they
That brings up
practice.
second and
I
long.
know every night. I know.
Pass to chased out of the pocket. He'll roll to his right. He'll look to his right. Has a man and caught. And
What?
it should be
Oh.
first down. It is. As down near the 30-yard line. Nice reception there by brings up second and long. McCarty. Blaze is his chased out of the pocket. He'll roll to his right. He'll look to his right.
Nice.
And caught.
You have to admit that was nice.
Offensive line
He knew exactly what he was doing. I don't know why anybody wasn't going after the fucking quarterback. Everyone totally forgot that he was there.
Open receiver, just a breakdown in coverage on the Broncos. So, not able to have a pass rush and tight coverage at the same time is going to lead to positive yards for the Raiders always.
Broncos had to like the situation. They had the quarterback on the move, chased him out of there. But
I keep thinking of that serial killer every time they say Raider.
From the
No.
28-yard line, he'll screen
Is
it
it
out.
something
It's
Raider,
caught.
that serial killer?
Reception there by Bonsu.
Dennis
Bonsu
Rader?
Cutting
Mhm.
forward, almost broke free, and he was able to get to the 10-yard line. And this should be first and goal. And the Vancouver Island bench is.
Oh, Vancouver Island, that's who
Yeah,
it is.
VI, yeah.
They have, I don't see any referee stripes down there on the bench, but they're all acting like the ball spotter here today.
Absolutely, you have to do that if you're the away team. You've got to get yourself and your team as fired up as always, but just a simple.
Oh,
wide
somebody
receiver
just
screen
came
that
on,
would help
but I
them
can't
like they've never seen that before.
It says.
Good play, puts them down
Oh.
there. I think, yeah, we got the ball at the 10
Hello.
yard line, and
What is that, Punjabi?
He'll take it. He'll look right again. A favorite
Oh.
target. It is caught.
Well, I'm just gonna call you Asian.
Forward near the goal line.
Oh,
Down at the
Mario
1, I
Shalom.
think it's gonna
Sorry,
be
we're watching Junior CFL. The wife's boys playing right now. So we're watching this football game. And trust me, this costs money. Not cheap. It's expensive. 25 bucks.
cheaper than me going out there.
Well, yeah, it's still 25 bucks a
Well,
fucking
let's see.
episode.
There's a lot of options here.
Oh, well.
The quarterback actually it looks like Riley Olsen. Let's see. Riley Olsen is in under center. He'll push forward. Flags fly, and that was the back official throwing the flag. We have no indication here from the officials. I think we're going to see a flag that's going to bring this one back. The officials will come together here. What did you see? Why would the back official be throwing that flag?
So I'm imagining that the wide receiver who took the snap, which was Parker Moster,
The
he was
quarterback
just
actually
walking
looks
forward
like
and takes the snap
Riley
right away. He's
Olsen.
got to be set under center.
Riley
He
Olsen
can't
is
be
in under
moving.
center. He'll
So I'm
push
wondering if they're
forward.
gonna back him up
Flags
5 yards and
fly,
just not being-
and that was the back. Too many men going to the Broncos, declined, and a touchdown will be called. So obviously the back official was counting blue jerseys, counted one too many, threw the flag right away, and it's going to be a touchdown. And into the end zone, you said Moskrim?
Yeah, I said Mosgrip, and let's give him credit since I was giving him a little guff there about maybe not getting himself set for a second before taking the snap. He obviously did it perfectly, and I'm not going to argue with the officials. That never went well whenever I played, so we'll give them full marks for that. And if you're the VI Raiders, you got a 2-score lead. Broncos are looking a little bit rough on defense, and you want to take advantage of that as often as you can.
So McQueen misses the convert, actually. McQueen sort of shanked it off to the left and just good for 6. 13-0. Raiders have the lead. 5:42 to go here in this opening quarter as the Broncos here have to find some sort of traction. They haven't had a lot of traction. VI had the short kickoff. They look excellent in this opening quarter. It's the Broncos here that have to respond.
Yeah, and if you're the Broncos, you have to have a long offensive possession. So you're going to have to look to any kind of quick passing game. Your offensive line isn't holding up great, so some misdirection plays. You can't just run it right at them. Maybe some fly sweeps, some reverses, and get the quarterback moving. I mean, he can't just roll to his right all game, but as long as you get him rolling from side to side, yeah, it only gives you half the field to work with, but you got to do something to spark this offense a little bit. So get the pocket moving a little bit, some quick passes, and maybe the odd screen to try to slow down the Raiders.
Back underway. Kickoff will be fielded at around the 15-yard line. Looking for a little bit of room running towards us here in the booth, and that's Colton Peterson. And out of Kelowna, he'll get it to the 29-yard line. And here's what you're talking about here. The Broncos will come back on offense.
Yeah, absolutely. And just a little bit of creativity if you're the Broncos, and if you're, go attack it until the Broncos prove that they can beat you. Send some blitzes, really get after that offensive line. There's obviously a little inexperience there with this young group, and you may as well take advantage of it if you're the Raiders.
So first down. And again, Beeler with 2 backs flanking him. An I formation. Back to pass. Beeler again,
Yeah.
chased out of the pocket, looks downfield, fakes, still on his feet. Now he's going to get tackled for a loss for a sack. And bringing him down is Tammy Whitsom, and he's been everywhere here early. And formation. Get back to the line of scrimmage. No, it'll be a loss of yards, and we'll go down. Looks downfield,
Great
fakes,
play by
still on
Beeler
his
to
feet. Now
duke
he's
out
going to
the
get
first
tackled
tackle.
and tackle for a
With
loss
some
for a
wisdom to just keep his feet on the ground and be ready for whatever's coming next. Great job by the Raiders. If you're the Broncos now, last year they worked with Jeeves in a tight end position. It looks like you're going to have to keep more blockers in. They kept in both backs, and they're still able to get to the quarterback. Did a decent job keeping his eyes downfield. You'd like to see him pull the trigger.
Second and long. Beeler ranging to his right now. He'll look downfield and threw behind his receiver. Did he skip that in? Yeah, he did. It will be incomplete. Nico was in the area. So was Colton Peterson. I think that was Peterson. It was intended for. It's third down.
Well, and much worse news for the Bronco is that Beeler went down and is grabbing his knee. He threw his helmet to the side, and they're going to bring the athletic trainers onto the field. So you're going to be looking at your third string quarterback, and you're in your first game. That's not good signs if you're the Broncos.
You can see Beeler on your screen now, and you mentioned sometimes that initial reaction, right? The helmet being thrown off, and he's grabbing what looks to be his left knee. And I don't know if someone got him low or he took a bad step. We might be able to see it on a replay here, but obviously the quarterbacking depth for the Broncos has been tested already this offseason. They thought they had their guy coming in, but a broken wrist moved Beeler into the number 1 spot. And the Edmonton quarterback is now being looked at here. And James, we haven't seen the replay just yet. Not sure if there's one available, but obviously you mentioned it here. The Broncos are going to have to dig deep on their depth chart here.
Well, and that's the risk when
I
you're rolling
formation.
to your right or rolling
Back
to
to
your
pass.
left, is your
Beeler
legs are a
again
little
chased
bit
out of
more
the pocket.
exposed.
Looks
So,
downfield, fakes, still on his feet. Now he's going to get tackled and tackled for a loss in high formation.
Situation. You
Back
had to
pass.
do it. You
Beeler
have to get
again
the
chased out of the
quarterback
pocket.
moving a
Looks
little bit more to
downfield,
try to get
fakes,
this
still on his feet.
straight
Now he's going to get
pass rush
tackled
off of you.
and tackled for a loss for his.
Inexperienced quarterback, not quite sure how to protect his legs as he's rolling to the right, and unfortunately, accidents do happen. That is the sport. And VI, the Raiders do have every right to try to make a tackle if the ball is still anywhere remotely near his hand. So, unfortunate series of events. You always hope it's not a dirty play where a player's going low, but it's one of those things. And unfortunately, injuries happen in this game. And
they're going to try to get up Beeler here. The replay you saw was from the play before. That was before you let the ball go at second down, and you tracked the ball up the field on that attempt. And you're seeing Nico try to help him along there, but I mean, I would think his return would be questionable at best. Kieran Beeler, a couple of years of the Edmonton Huskies, and now will be helped off to the sidelines. And we have a 3rd and 13 upcoming, and that means we're going to see Corey Jeeves, the Australian, in to punt this ball away. His first punt sort of got caught up in the wind. If there is a wind, it is in the Broncos' face in this first quarter. And already the VI punt returner standing at the 40-yard line, so feeling like they're going to get some great field position here again.
Absolutely. If you're VI, you got to make the Broncos prove it to you at this point.
So the snap's a good one. And Jeeves is able to get it away. It's a high punt, ranging toward the sidelines, handled there by Harm Ahuya. And Ahuya is able to scamper out of bounds. Look out. Right in front of us here in the VI bench. Around midfield, and the Vancouver Island Raiders will get back on offense already with a 13-point. That's a good one.
Can you imagine
And
that?
Jeeves is able to get it away. It's a high punt, ranging toward the sidelines, handled there by Harm Ahuya. And Ahuya is able to scamper out of bounds. Look out.
To go in the first quarter, but the Broncos haven't really showed a lot of spirit or a lot of life so far. They had one play where the pass rush got a little bit downfield, but big holes in the secondary. You're really going to want to see some gang tackling and a little bit of. You need to see that leader. Who's the leader on the defense who's really going to get the boys fired up and get them emotionally charged in this game right now?
Back to work goes Juke out of the shotgun on his side of center. He'll look to his left and throw it up. It is down the field and contacted it. Was it caught by McCarty? No, incomplete. Blaze McCarty. Great throw. Caught his receiver in stride. Juke out of the shotgun on his side of center. He'll look to his left and throw it up. It is down the field and contacted it. Was it caught by
McCarty? And the minute he realizes he has no play on the ball, he just turns and hopes that his timing is great for the receiver. No PI. He nailed it. The ball touched his hands. Just gets his shoulder in there. You'd like to see maybe a little more hand action with them. Like, you don't want to just throw your shoulder and hope for the best. You want your hands to come down on the receiver's hands. Make it that much harder to catch. But it works out in the Bronco favor, and you're going to get 2nd and 10.
That was a great play defensively. And now the shotgun Juke. Ball at the 54-yard line. 2 receivers to his left on the wide side of the field. He'll go that way. He'll look that way. He will throw it up. And nobody home. Although there was a little bit of contact down there. McCarty trying to plead that he was held. And for the first time, James, we will see a punt from this Vancouver Island offense.
Let's not get carried away. You never know what happens on special teams. We've already had a lot of fun with that so far. But that's one of the great things for the Broncos. Let's get Juke rolling to his left. It's always a little bit harder for a right-handed quarterback who's rolling to the opposite way that he wants to try to throw the ball. He's going back towards the middle on that. Yeah, maybe a little premature contact there, but not enough to get a flag. And the Broncos are going to have to figure out who their backup is here at quarterback.
How are they doing?
Punt is a
Loser.
spiral
Still
7.
No, it's 13.
20-yard line. There's a flag right away.
Because they got a touchdown for Broncos having too many people on the field.
Oh, they got too many people, period. My phone right in the middle.
Now, the field's been tilted all game in favor of the Raiders, so if they can get a penalty to try to give themselves a little bit more breathing room after that 2 and out, would be a huge momentum shift for the Broncos.
Let's see who's at quarterback now. Options would be Chase Witzel. That would be the first name that would come to mind. They will march him up here 15 yards, our DCFC officiating crew. But if you're the Broncos here, I mean, you can't abandon the running game, although it's been negative so far. Maybe just to bring in a quarterback here, you're going to have to.
Well, I can see their statement there, but I
Maybe
can't
they
really
try to
read
ease
it.
him in with Cam Jaworski at the back.
I mean, I don't know if you can ease them into the game. The way you're down 2 scores quite early, I think you're going to have to get them out going, because if you're VI, of course you're
And then I waved.
if you're running back Jaworski. So
Good.
Off the 35-yard line for the
2 people in
Broncos
here,
to start,
including me.
and Witzel will screen one out. It's Colton Miko. He's the big receiver, fighting forward, still on his feet. He'll get about 9, maybe 10 before he's tackled. I think they'll spot him at 9. And there's Colton Miko off the 35-yard line for the Broncos to start. Well, he'll screen one out. It's Colton Miko. He's the big receiver, fighting That's what you forward, got to do. still on his
Mm.
feet.
Nice,
He'll get
dude.
about 9.
you talked about finding that number 2 and number 3 receiver who's going to be that guy.
Yeah, I don't need to worry about
You're
finding my
now
number
your
2.
third-string quarterback quarterback. You've got to feed
It's
the
there.
beast now. You got to let him go. And the way he shedded
Really getting
2
their asses
tacklers there,
kicked there.
gained 9 yards, you're going to just have to find creative ways to get him the ball. Positive yardage. You really want to see something big here and get a first down if you're the Broncos.
So the Kelowna secondary quarterback, he's going to hand the ball off, a little bit of room up the middle. Now Jagorsik finds a hole, and
Yeah,
the
he
first
got the
time
line.
in this ball game, the Broncos have a first down, other than the fake punt, James, and that's a pretty good offense here from Witzel, executing 2 plays here to start.
Changing things up, throwing the ball on first down, running on second. That's going to give the Broncos a little bit more variety. When you're throwing the ball on first, VI can't just send their linebackers up and try to stuff the run. So gives Jagorsik a little more running room, second and short. Offensive line does a brilliant job of opening up a hole right up the middle, and Jagorchik's a tough little runner. He's going to just pound the rock at you. He's fearless up the middle.
Veteran Ty Holmes lines up just in front of us here out of Aberdeen, Saskatchewan.
Come
The wide
on.
receiver to the left on the near side of the field. Witzel early movement, and they're able
They
to check back.
digitize the
And now
lines.
they're going to throw the flag here.
See,
I think
that's
that
where they need to make
was
is that red
likely
line.
the call.
Mm.
Actually, time count violation is what they'll get Chase
What?
Witzel on.
Too many people again?
Back them up 5.
Backup quarterback always has a different snap count, and so it's a little bit tough for the offense to adjust on the fly because you don't get that many reps going into the game. So Broncos are going to have to clear up some communication issues. Banky doing a good job of telling his quarterback from the sideline just to settle in.
What the
It's all going
fuck?
to be all right, and let's get that snap count dialed in here.
So call it 1st and 15. Spotting the ball at the 46-yard line. Broncos trying to get into plus territory for the first time in this game as we approach the late stages of this first quarter. Hillside Stadium, week 1 of the BC junior football season. Throwing over the middle, caught in traffic, fighting forward. And that's Ty Holmes out of Aberdeen, Saskatchewan, the Broncos veteran. They'll get about 6. It'll be second in this first
And
quarter.
this is that quick
Hillside
passing game we
Stadium,
were
week
talking
1.
about.
6 is
Let's
better
not
than
see
going
the
back
offensive
6.
line go down.
Oh,
Pass rush is
caught
still
in
almost
traffic.
getting there.
Oh, it looked like he got stomped on.
Alleviate the Broncos' running game, help the offensive line, and you got to keep this quarterback upright because you really don't want to go down to your third in-game option this early. So, quick passing game, brilliant job. We'll see if they go back to the running game here on second and long.
Colton Finstad and Sterling Henry in on that tackle, and it's second and about 9. And here comes some pressure to Witzel. They'll throw it over the middle. It's intercepted, and we got a flag on the
Oh,
field.
no
It's all
fucking
the
way.
back. It's Colton Finstad. It's a pick 6, but hold the line, hold the phone. That flag is in the area of roughing the passer, and I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to be. And the Broncos here are going to get a first down. Witzel, they'll throw it over the middle. It's intercepted, and we got a flag on the play. But this
Yeah,
is
let's
gonna
see
go
that
all the
flag
way
on the
back.
play.
It's Colton Finstad. It's a pick 6.
That's just that middle screen that, we talked about the Broncos running more screens right up the middle. It's a dangerous place to throw the ball.
Okay, where's the
Pressures
flag
into the
at?
space.
So roughing the passer, and that will be a first down. Broncos will actually maintain the possession of the ball. And
Wow,
15 yards
good for
from the
them.
troubles.
That
And
fucking
Broncos will
penalty
take this
actually
into
helped
plus
them.
territory.
You're in the other side of half for the first time. There's a little bit of momentum going. Broncos got to be fairly fired up. I mean, you just avoided absolute death there. Into the game and throw a pick 6 immediately. So a little bit of life here for the Broncos.
Chase Witzel, ball at the 45-yard line. He'll hand it off. Bam Jagorsik up the middle. He'll fight forward for about 4, maybe 5.
Oh, that's the center
And the
line.
Broncos
That's
are starting to put
red
some
there.
plays together.
I thought they were
That'll do it here
digitizing
for the first quarter.
the
So
yard lines
they
in
didn't
that
start
they had to
very
make
well,
too.
James, for the home team. Vancouver Island showing some good pedigree, but a good
This is
positive start
normally
for
what they do
ending
in
to the
football.
quarter. Here's
They
something
mark
we could
the
build on.
yard lines that
Just the way that the quick
You have to
passing
get
game on
to with
first
so many
down, you got to
downs.
switch it up as an offensive coordinator, seeing
Walk,
what's
walk.
going on. So then you get to a 1st and 10, momentum starting to go in your favor. Then you're able to run it and get into a second and manageable situation.
2 people
They
watching.
will give him a play here. One play, a time down. And just wait 1 second. Maybe they just realized that here now. Officials will talk about it. We got about 6 guys with their eyes on the clock up here. And I think what we'll see here is the end of the quarter. And the Broncos will be down 13-0. Out there as well here in week 1 of the BCFC season. We got Okanagan and Langley. That was a 4 o'clock kickoff
CFCC?
today in Langley. And kicking off in Prince George earlier. As
VCCFCC.
well as 6 o'clock kickoff time. Prince George hosting next one. We're
CJFL.
gonna play a quarter. We're gonna
He said
Okay, well, now we're really not
CFCC.
messed up here because the clock shows
I
second
don't know
quarter.
what he's
Quarterback
talking
Witzel.
about.
He'll race to his right. He'll throw.
Come on.
And he's got his receiver.
Nice!
Come on!
Nice!
Woo!
It doesn't matter. Look how close they are to that fucking touchdown right there. 2 for.
Quarterback Witzel. He'll race to his right. He'll throw. And he's got his receiver. Down to the 10-yard line.
Fucking A. Come on, you guys, don't fuck this up.
Finding the open receiver. What a great throw. He's hitting his receiver who's on the run going downfield. So many times you'll see a quarterback underthrow that ball and it brings the defender back in.
No, that was like bullseye. Fucking tops. For sure. That he knew where he was going with that ball.
Broncos got something cooking right now.
No shit.
So they actually had put up, that was an
So you
untied
figure
down
you
at
can
the
get
end
that
of the
stuff
first
off
quarter.
the
They
trailer
were
tomorrow?
moving the ball
Yeah, I'll get
over to
that
the
tomorrow.
other side of the field
Thank
now.
you.
So, hey, the Broncos do have something going. Chase Witzel, who
What am I
thinks
doing
he's
with
coming to
Dragons?
escape,
Bring
the
them in
Coloma kid.
Yep.
And, he's moved the ball on offense, and he's looked pretty good in that
I haven't
pocket,
put
too.
those paper bags on, but I'll get them on, and I don't think they'll take long to go on. That other shit can maybe just.
He's coming in with a little bit of swagger, a little bit of confidence, and that's exactly what you need to do if you're a backup.
Oh no, not the slow
Shit like
cookers.
that.
Sometimes you just gotta go out, have the
Bring
best
those,
performance of
bring
your
all
life,
the
and then
other
you can
shit
keep the
that's
job
on
for
there,
the
too.
rest of the year if you earn it.
All water
So
jugs.
Witzel moving the ball.
Well,
and
that we
this
could have
will be
taken to
first and
Brown
goal.
when I
Swat the
got
ball
my
with
new
the
cast and
9.5
got
yard
money
line,
for
taking
those.
the nose, probably touching the dime.
If they give us
And see
money.
the Broncos can execute here in the red
They
zone.
have to. You paid for them.
Witzel is 2 in the backfield.
If
In the
not, I'm
shotgun
taking the
formation
fucking
here
back
on
to
the eye.
the distributor.
And it's again. Chiefs, the big man up the middle, fighting forward. He'll get inside the
Because they won't take
5-yard
them
line.
here because the
And I'm
labeling
carried by Corey Jeeves, who
has to be
he's
from
not listed as a
that
running back
specific
on our sheet
provider.
here
Yes, I
tonight, but
understand.
they're going to get the big guy the ball.
Hey, he punts, he catches, and now he runs the ball. He's come in and been a blocker. Last year he got some time at tight end. It's nice to see the big man get a carry.
Two
And
people
again,
watching.
soften that defense up a little bit. You want to
You
try to
and
establish the
somebody
run when they're
else.
thinking you're going to throw.
Yeah,
And
apparently.
VI's going to call
Says
a
2 on
timeout
mine.
right
Yeah,
now
2
to,
on yours too.
get a correct substitution and get their defense lined up the way that they want.
So they will get the timeout. If you're the Broncos, I know it's early, but they're deep in the field. This is a great drive. Is this 3 down territory here? Like, are we thinking
No.
we need
Come
6,
on, get it.
we need 7 right now? I mean, this is such a good drive. You'd hate to bring out the field goal unit here if it stalls you on second.
Oh, don't do a field.
Fucking run it
Run
in.
it.
You're that close. And that's what I don't know why they didn't run it in the other team when they kicked it in. Like, that was
I
runnable
have a little
distance.
different coaching philosophy. I think any points are good points.
They want
And
the
then kick
guaranteed
ball
point
deep. Your
though.
defense just got a 2 and out. Let's
But
see
they were that
if you
I
close.
know, it don't matter.
Like, send the big boy in and fucking just run him through.
A little dour about the Broncos pretty early because we've seen some games get out of hand early. It's an opportunity to get back in it for sure. Why not just take that completely out of question and score on this down, get the touchdown right here on this play, and then you don't have to worry about going.
Yeah, see, that's what he's saying right now is exactly what you were saying. Yeah, just get the point.
There's no way Van
We're ahead already.
So
You know,
run it
just
here
kick it
again,
in.
knowing that it
No
is
point
3 down
hurting
territory.
somebody
Oh, wait,
trying to run
Chiefs
it in.
Still in the backfield, and he's joined back there by Dexter Malo out of Vanderhoof. Nice little pipeline here from Kamloops to Vanderhoof right now. Witzel out of the shotgun. Looked like a little bit of early movement. He'll hand it off back to Jeeves. He'll push
Are they
forward
kicking it?
toward the goal
No,
line.
he
He's
did
in.
try to run out!
Jeeves. The
Nice.
The Broncos are on the board here early in the second quarter.
Awesome.
throw a flag on the sideline, so we'll wait to see what the call is. But you
Like a
called
little
it.
bit
They
of early
pounded the
movement. He'll
ball
hand it
right
off
up the
back to
middle, give it to
Jeeves.
the
He'll
big
push
man.
forward
Rumble,
toward the
baby,
goal line.
rumble.
He's
See, yeah, run it in. Fuck yeah.
Away, and it will be offside.
Whoa.
Touchdown here for the Broncos. So that is massive. You lose your starting quarterback. Chase Witzel.
Yeah, their quarterback took out his knee.
What, when I went outside for a smoke?
Yeah.
For 6 now.
Fuck
Kicker
off.
This year, it's going to be Daniel Smith out of West Side. Will handle the convert.
Just great
Fuck.
offensive play calling. You got to give credit to where credit is due. When you go out there and the running game isn't working on first down, you can't be predictable as an offensive play caller. The quick.
Oh, it says the
passes
team's on
to
top of the
get
screen
the
there.
ball out of the quarterback's
Yeah.
hands, build a little
Oh,
confidence.
nice.
Build
I
that
almost think I
confidence
should put
that
the
we're
camera a
able
little
to
bit better
pick
because that's a
that
shit
for
view.
a big one. You know, the quarterback
Yeah,
got
move it
himself
so that I
settled.
can get up.
It was a really good offensive drive there.
walk around without having spots.
So we're 14-12 in this first half. The Raiders with the lead, 13-7. But I have a feeling that the Raiders are going to go back to their bread and butter. They've thrown the ball a little bit here. They know waiting for them is Rondé Lyle
That's
at
a
running
better
back,
view.
and he's a guy that can really log
And it
a
shouldn't
lot of
get you,
carries and turn on the yards as well.
That's better
Yeah,
view.
absolutely.
I know like half the
And,
screen's
if you're
missing
the
there,
Raiders,
but
you've got a quarterback who's also able to move out.
I'm
of
trying to
the
do
pocket a
this so
little
you
bit,
don't
throw the
get
ball
fucked
downfield.
over by
They've
YouTube.
shown everything
I
so
really
far
don't
early in
care.
the first
I know you
quarter
don't care,
offensively.
but you
But I
know how
imagine
long
you're
it
right.
took
I
me
imagine
for you to
wanna
be
get
able to
the
do
Broncos
lives.
defense to prove that they're gonna tackle
I
the running
did a
game
lot of
here.
work and a lot of people
I don't know.
helped for you to be able to do
Benke
that.
Yes, and I
does
thank
really
them all.
like his
Thank
big
you all.
momentum shift.
Thank you everyone for
I saw
helping
that onside kick.
the uncomfortable wife do
I
lives.
see Colt Meikle at the
Oh,
other side of your screen,
oh,
so
there's a
that's typically a
fucking
sign
remote
that
in
something
here.
fun's coming.
Well, I think VI has picked
Somewhere.
that up here. Some smart
Okay.
viewing there from Nick Senechel.
The
who,
remote
was
is
wanting to
stuck
set
in
up
the
Peter to
blanket.
bench was yelling as well because Miko, when he is lined
And
up there on the
that's
near
in
far
our way
side,
now, eh?
he's
Not
the
mine.
best high
Not
point.
yours,
you can see it.
This one deep, and they
You can see the TV
Why
better.
don't you just
will be handled by
angle it a
Aguya.
bit better?
He'll take it into the middle, looks for some blocks to set up, now cuts back in the middle. And
Oh, they don't even
finish off the
break.
tackle. Or can Colt Meikle
But they're
do
only
help out of that
playing like a
tackle.
15
And the
minute.
Vancouver Island back on offense.
There is a flag down by the 55-yard line there. Be curious what the call is, but great running, great first speed, good job by the Broncos. It's almost like whatever those first few offensive series have gotten it out of their system. A little bit right there. There's gang tackling going on. The Raiders just looking a little sluggish on that return as they're trying to take it to the wide side, and we'll see what they have in store for offense if they're going to get another 10 yards here.
That holding call is the signal, so you can't move it back much further than that. And makes it first and 10 from the 7-yard line. So lots of real estate here for the Raiders to operate. A team that we mentioned was 4-6 last year. A lot of new faces, including this quarterback. And that is Braden Juke back under center. He will hand the ball off again, up the middle, and some room before it's closed off, and that's Rondé Lyle on the first down carry.
Big tackle by Chinaza Yoka. Big boy coming in to
Chinaza
make a
Yoka.
play. Broncos were playing a pretty dangerous
Sounds
defense
Russian.
there. They looked like they didn't have anyone back deep. Looked like man coverage on the sides. That was a little
Cover zero.
well, I don't know if they blitzed quite like that, but boy, they were sure leaving a deep pass wide open. Big run play. You called it. The Raiders going to come out and try to run the ball right at the Broncos and get them to prove it that they're here to tackle.
Second and a long 3. Quarterback in under this time, and it's going to go right back to Rondé Lyle. He'll try the left side, and flag comes in. First down yardage to the 20, but a flag might be a hold. Second and a long 3 on quarterback in under this time, and it's going to go right back to Rondé Lyle. He'll try the left side, and
Just a
flag
little
comes
offensive
in.
blunder if you're 72 Mallow there. Just he has to keep his outside shoulder free to try to prevent that running back from bouncing outside. He did a great job at the beginning of collapsing that hole. The defensive line has struggled with that with the Broncos for years past. He crashed that hole so the running back couldn't go up the middle. They ask so much of defensive ends. It's probably the hardest position to play if you're really going to be sound on a pass rush and run defense side. So not trying to break him a little bit, bust him up a little bit, but tough play. Good job there.
Big play already. Here comes the pressure. Thrown away, but caught, and the screen is set up, and there's lots of real estate here. Lots of room to run, and he is taking off. This is Rondé Lyle all the way up to the 35-yard line. And what looked to be a Bronco, perhaps safety. They play already. Here comes the pressure. Thrown away, but caught, and the screen is set up, and there's lots of real estate here. Lots of room to run, and he is taking off. This is Rondé Lyle all the way.
Because what always ends up happening when you blitz on a screen, everyone's eyes go big on the quarterback. They're going to get the sack. He had nothing but daylight in front of him. There wasn't a Bronco player up for about 15, 20 yards to make a play on him.
So was that the play call, or was that improvised?
That was the play call. 100% it was.
All right, so it is first down to move it all the way to the 37-yard line. And again, the offense has been Rondé Lyle here on this possession. Now a throw, wide open, caught, down, near first down yardage. Up to grab it was Jake Barker. And Barker will have first down yardage.
It's
And
just
again,
too
the
easy.
offense
They're
has
just
been
sitting
Rondé
in
Lyle here
hole
on
in
this
cover three,
possession.
and they're
Now
not
a throw,
able to
wide open,
get these
caught.
underneath
down,
routes. They're
here, first
sitting
down
on them,
yardage.
the ball gets thrown, and they're breaking on them too late. You obviously don't want to get burned by a hitch and go, but you've got to attack it a little bit, knowing you've got some help over the top. Someone's got to be breaking on this receiver who's just sitting in the hole.
Looks like a little bit of rhythm back in the offense here for the Vancouver Island Raiders. They approach midfield. In the shotgun again. Juke will take the snap. Three receivers to his right, and a little play action. He's going to dump it off. It's caught, and some yards here to go here for Parker Moskrick down the sidelines before he stepped out. In fact, he stepped out way back at the 45. Will take the snap. Got a flag, though. Three receivers to his right, and a little play action. He's going to dump it off. It's caught, and some yards here to go here for Parker Moskrick down the sidelines.
You can't even touch the line?
Trying to attack the running game here.
I thought you had to be over the
A
line.
little misdirection again. If you're the offensive coordinator for the Raiders, I think you're having a great.
He stepped on one of the guys stepped on the line. I thought that was
Unnecessary roughness to call against the Broncos. We don't have the referee mic'd up today, so we can't get you a number. But it is going to tack on more yards here, 10 more yards. And what was a first down reception, tack on more. And now, all of a sudden, just like that, the eyes right where in that red zone here.
They flip the field, and you can't do that if you're a defender. Your team's trying to stay in this game, and you're giving up a free 15-yard push to the backbreaker.
Shoot. Looked like some early movement. And, yeah, I think some procedure in there. They try to hand the ball off to Parker Wills, but I think this is likely coming back 5.
Yeah, it looked like they called a false start or a procedure penalty there. They'll back them up a little bit, which is a little bit momentum back for the Broncos. I mean, football's a game of momentum. It's going to flip back and forth. The Raiders have been in first and long, second and long situations on this drive and managed to convert. So the Broncos need to come up with 2 big plays here to try to hold them to 3. It might be 3 down territory if you're VI, depending on the strength of your kicker's leg.
First and 15. Juke in under. 2 in the backfield. And we'll hand it off. Rondé Lyle, a little bit of room up the middle, and fighting forward all the way near the 20-yard line. Great first down yardage for Rondé Lyle. He'll get about 14 in the backfield on the carry, and it's second and short. We'll hand it off. Rondé Lyle, a little bit of room up the middle, and fighting forward all the way near the 20-yard line. Great first down
plays. It's hard to constantly be wanting to go and attack the ball carrier because you're going to open yourself up to getting burned deep, but you have to be learning how the offensive line blocks. When the O-line's going forward, it's a run. As a linebacker, as a safety, you have to go and attack that play.
Second and short. And a falling quarterback hands it off to Lyle, but he's got nowhere to go this time, and he will get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe. Great work by the defense here. The Broncos convert. Second and short. Run them all up, and it looked like in the falling quarterback hands it off to Lyle, but he's got nowhere to go this time, and he will get back to the line.
Awkward third and long, about 6 or 7 yards there. Great job by the Broncos to collapse on that play. Again, if the offensive line's working its way down the field at all, defensively, you need everyone going towards it. You need to attack it. If the offensive line's going backwards, that's when you know they're going to try to burn you deep or they're going to be throwing the ball there.
Well, they're going for it. And it'll be third and about 6, maybe 7. And out of the shotgun, it is Juke. Let's see here. Third down. Big play in this football game. Juke, time to pass. He'll throw one down toward the end zone. It is knocked away. And great pass coverage downfield by the Broncos. They get it done. And they'll get the turnover on down. Juke, time to pass.
Absolutely.
He'll throw one down toward the end
The ball's a little
zone.
bit
It is
underthrown.
knocked
He does a great
away.
job, Colin
And
O'Brien does of coming back to that football. And great play by the receiver there just to knock it out of his hand. A little roll reversal there by the receiver and DB. And great job by the Broncos defense to step up in that situation. They needed to stop that drive where they did. And now the offense has to come out and try to flip the field again. See if they can get 3, maybe 6 more points.
Colin O'Brien, part of a big contingent from Winnipeg, one of the schools that Coach Van Cunett likes to get after there is, of course, Vincent Massey, and we say hello to all the Winnipeg parents that might be tuned in here tonight, BCFC TV. All right, Witzel takes a low snap, now up the middle. Will he take off? He will. He'll put his shoulder down, and he'll get maybe a yard before he's tackled. Leading the way was Harris Malik, the defensive lineman.
Now let's give him some credit. Off the get-go, snap is low. He picked it up. He didn't panic. He didn't try to force anything he wasn't ready for. He ran into contact a little softly. Now he's a quarterback, and I get it. But if you don't want to run into contact, you just got to slide. You just have to go down. If he runs weakly into contact, that's how a guy gets hurt. You either have to freight train right into it, or you just got to, go down. And that's okay.
Yeah.
You're the quarterback. You're allowed to go down.
You've already lost the quarterback here in this game, so get down if you can here. So we'll give him 2. Blitzel out of the shotgun, 2nd and 8 as the time ticks down, approaching the midway point of this second quarter. Snaps a little bit low this time. Fielded. Miko, it bounces around, and eventually it's bobbled and dropped. And the next opportunity there was for Kaya Sanders to midway point of this second quarter. Sanders snaps a little bit low this time. Fielded. Miko, it bounces around, and eventually it's bobbled and dropped.
Balling around because anything could happen. If Broncos player gets it, he might be wide open because defenders are trying to get that ball. Flip the script on that. That DB was so close to a pick 6 that he could smell it. So it's the most dangerous time, and the Broncos get away with one there, and we'll see if they can flip the field with the punt a little bit. Not a whole lot of respect from the punt returner there, so Corey Jeeves will have to give one of his best ones that he can.
Jeeves, flag flies, and Jeeves does step into what? He'll chase the returner here, Ahuya back. He'll handle it around his 35-yard line. Ahuya, not a lot of room to run, and a nice tackle downfield by Lucas Yanchison. And the Winnipeg native on specials makes the play, but we got that flag here, James. We'll check it.
That was a great job, the way that Yanchison was running down. He broke down. He didn't get past the returner, and he just does a great job. Brock Dufort there to help corral the returner in. Good job on special teams there.
They have decided to pick up the flag, so it will be first down Vancouver Island, and they'll scrimmage from their 37-yard line. Out of town, we've got the BC Lions in action. They're hosting the Saskatchewan Roughriders in their annual Watermelon Smash game, but it's the Riders that are doing the smashing. They're up late in that game, 33-19. Of course, for those out of town that might not know, this is the official practice, or I should say training camp facility field for the BC Lions here at Hillside Stadium at Thompson Rivers University, the Tournament Capital Center, and the Lions at BC Place here tonight. All right, quick little pitch, and that's Ruben Bonsu. Flags fly. Bonsu will get about 3. But check the flags here, might be offside.
I like that little play design there. Just a quick fly sweep. Everyone's blocking down except for the offensive line, who's given that zone blocking scheme off to the right. Colin O'Brien just having himself a game, goes flying in there with reckless abandon, ends up making a bit of a play. And it looks like they're going to be backing, well, the captain here will have to make a decision if they want to back him up or have 2nd and long from about 2nd and 7, I would think.
Yeah, tough call, right? Like, I'm sure there's a book on what to do, but they're electing to take the penalty yards and move it back 5.
Well, to quote The Simpsons, they pay Keegan Curtis to lead, not to read. So he went with taking the penalty and backing him up.
I like it. So 1st and 15 instead. Well, the Broncos here hanging in there. We didn't say it, but we kind of looked at each other like this could be a long night after the quick scores here by the Raiders and the Follies on offense. But the Broncos hanging in there. Their D has come to play here now in the second quarter. Now they're trying to get off the field if they can. 1st and 15 after the offside. Juke, the quarterback, will take some of the snaps, not all the snaps, we're told. One-on-one coverage downfield, and it's caught. Brought in by Ruben Bonsu, but we have another flag on the far sidelines. And what do you think, James?
I think the receiver jumped at the far side at the top of your screen there. I think he's well past the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be the call. This is going to come back. They had it. They had the one-on-one coverage that they wanted. The ball's just a little underthrown again from Jupe. I'd like to see him get it out a little bit further in front of the receiver. He has to turn and come back, giving the defender a chance to get there. But great catch by Ruben Bonsu.
And Bonsu was open. He was onside, but the far receiver, from our far broadcast perspective, was offside. We're seeing a lot of that. We're seeing in the CFL, they kind of maybe give those receivers in motion a stride or two, but they're calling it quite tight here tonight. That'll be 1st and 20.
Yeah, absolutely. And just a momentum killer for the Raiders right now. If you're the Broncos, you've got to be a little bit excited. That's 2 penalties that have brought back momentum-changing plays for the Raiders.
What a great catch by Bonsu there in coverage. And it was Lucas Patterson in coverage over the middle. It's caught. Broncos will surrender this play in underneath. 33-yard line.
That zone has been open all night. I think they're 3 for 3 or 4 for 4 on just sitting in that zone, just wide open on that hook route. The Broncos are going to have to find a way to tighten that up a little bit.
That was Mosscrip. Give him about 6 yards. So second and about 14. As the Broncos here would love to get upfield to get that ball back. Juke in the shotgun. He has his running back beside him, Rondé Lyle, who now exits the backfield. Back to pass. Chased out of the pocket, way back, trying to fight off that sack and just thrown away. Great pressure being applied by Connor Shaw. The Regina native was in to chase Juke off his spot. Third down.
And what a great play, just staying on him. Juke's a big kid. He's going to be hard to bring down with an arm tackle. So while he's running, just keeping that pressure on him, keeping his momentum going backwards so he can't get as much mustard on that throw. Great job by the Broncos. They backed the Raiders up. The Raiders didn't help themselves do any favors early on in that drive, but the Broncos got a little momentum on their side. See if they can get the offense to stay a little bit longer than a 2-and-out like they did last drive.
Finally, some pressure from that Broncos defensive front. Back to punt. And it's an end-over-ender that'll bounce around the 50. Handled on that one hop with good momentum. Josh Thiessen will run out of bounds to a favorable sideline over there on the Broncos side. Crossing near midfield. And that's where the Broncos will go to work. Now, this is the first time, James, we've seen the teams on the opposite sidelines. They've actually changed it this year where the visitors are in front of the stands and the Broncos now to the far side of the field. I'm not sure exactly the motivation behind that move, but here we are.
Well, you know how much Vanke likes to surprise teams with special teams. Now he's trying to play a little mind game with positioning of the field. I would take a stab at.
Well, see, the Broncos here can move the ball. They'll actually spot it at the 52 of the Broncos side, and that's where they'll scrimmage. 6 minutes, clock running here in this first half. And again, Witzel out of the shotgun. He has Jagorczyk beside him. He'll play action to Jagorczyk. Now throw it, caught, and first down yardage. Approaching the 45-yard line. See if we can get a number on it. It's the far side of the field
Corey
from us.
Jeeves, the big man, doing it all.
Yeah, Jeeves.
No.
No.
The numbers are a little hard to read on the broadcast here as far as we're able
All
to
right,
tell.
well,
Number 85, Ty
Ty
Holmes.
Holmes, yeah.
Absolutely.
Ty
Great
Holmes.
job by Ty Holmes finding the hole, settling in, and little play action. The defensive end for the Raiders crashed. Witzel works his way to his left, buys himself just enough time to get that pass off. He's looking pretty confident out there.
The Broncos new jerseys this year, but they've shrunk the numbers of the broadcasters here. So we obviously did not give our say on this new design.
We do have to say they look nice. That's
Yeah, they're nice,
contractually obligated to say that they look nice.
I like
the
they
jerseys.
have the Kamloops in bold lettering on the front. Bit of a change.
They remind you of those retro Blazer jerseys a little bit in the
Yeah,
colors.
it's got a little bit of that. Vancouver Island on that traditional red, white, and black with big, bold numbers, which we like to see here. All right, there is Jagorczyk. You can tell him without a number, and Cam Jagorczyk will get near first down yardage. He's really running the ball with authority now after a couple of missteps maybe early.
This is my favorite way to see a running back go. He sees the hole and he hits it. There's no fear. There's no, maybe I should hit this hole. He just goes for it. And that's going to be a first down. The play calling's good. You're getting that play action. You're getting the defense on its heels, wondering what they're doing. The great job by the offensive coordinator for the Broncos.
only like a
And the
5
Raiders
second
have had a
delay.
good job of
That's it.
calling the ball as well with their offensive coordinator. But momentum squarely in favor of the Broncos right now as they're marching into scoring territory.
All right, so
Better fucking.
it will be early movement, but everybody checks back on side. Witzel has one beside him, and again it's Jeeves. And Jeeves is going to put the shoulder down, fall forward near the 30-yard line.
What?
And I did not have on my bingo card one of the top rushers to be Corey Jeeves out of Australia tonight, but he's a big boy, good athlete. He'll get about 4.
Hey, absolutely. You want to switch things up as much as possible. You want to be multiple in a CFL-style offense. You want to keep everything off guard. You want to have all your surprises and having a bigger
No,
back
he
like
didn't. He'll
Jeeves
miss
is going to come in and just pound the rock. He makes a defender think a little bit more, especially those secondary guys. If you can get them out towards those corners.
So that other big boy's an Aussie, eh?
Second and 6. 2 receivers, making 3 receivers to Witzel's left on the wide side of the field. Jagorczyk in the backfield. He'll stay in the block. Pressure coming, thrown up to Miko, but defended well and knocked down by Felice Toscano in one-on-one coverage, and that is a tough assignment. When it's Colton Miko, but it will be third down.
Absolutely. Hey, Miko
Bad
had every
toss.
opportunity to go get that ball. That's the quarterback throwing it up and just saying, "Hey, you're my number one guy, and go get it."
That
The
was a bad
Raiders
toss,
player
though.
won
He threw it
on
just
that
straight in the
battle, and
sky.
full
He
credit
didn't
to
throw
him,
it.
full
He didn't
marks.
know where he
We'd
was
like to
throwing
see
it. He
Miko
just threw it up in the air and
didn't
hoped
quite
somebody
get
would
that
catch it.
plant leg to cut underneath the corner there, but that's just one of those things. You got a new quarterback in the game. You got to get that rapport, build that relationship, and sometimes the star receiver doesn't necessarily have it with the backup quarterback, so it's something they're going to have to work on the fly.
So third down, it would have been a 37-yard field goal. Instead, it is 3rd and 6, and the offense
Come on,
stays
whip it.
here on the field. Jagorzek in the backfield. Witzel takes the snap. He'll be ranging to his left and throw it
What?
over the middle. He has it down. It's
Nice.
caught, and it's near first down yardage. This will be close. Colton Peterson able to reel in that catch. Now, where's the spot going to be, James?
I'm not sure where the spot's going to be.
I think
It's
he has
awfully
it.
close. I think they're going to give it to him.
I think he
That-
has it.
This is quarterbacking what not to do. I gotta.
Oh, shit.
He is rolling to his left. He looks back to throw into the center of the field. He completes it. He gets away with it. Brilliant play. If that's how it's designed, boy, I would maybe redesign that one. But Witzel's coming in with
I think
a
he's
whole
just
lot
tossing.
of confidence. And
That
to be
one he
coming to
did
your left,
definitely
throw
just
back
Just
toss.
over
fucking
He
the
didn't know
toss.
what to
He
do.
didn't
That's
do
one of
it
those
at all.
plays
He
that a
just
coach
tossed
can
and hoped somebody would
absolutely
grab it.
light you up for
Oh,
in
yeah.
the team room.
That
When it works
last
out
one
like
before
you
that,
get
though,
all the
that
pats on
toss,
the
he threw it
back
just
and
sky high.
congratulations, and
Hope
It's
somebody
third
seen
down,
it
though, right? I
open.
mean,
One of
throw out
his
the,
guys
the
would
usual. I mean, if it's
Paul's
intercepted,
have a
it's
chance
gonna,
to get
you know,
to it.
go to your
Yeah,
favor here. But he got the job done. Great grab by Peterson in coverage.
This is how, like,
Reached the 3-minute warning, James.
the second
The Broncos are
quarterbacks
moving the
get,
football.
like,
Here we go.
treated
Play back,
shitly because they
whistled
don't fucking get
First
to play
down
with these
from the
guys now.
23-yard line. Jagorzek in the backfield, and he
Well,
will
that's
take
one
the
of
ball.
Broncos'
Looks for a little bit of
issues
room.
right now
Cuts
is they're
outside,
having,
takes a good pop, and will
Quarterback
not get back
issues
to
and
the line of
communication
scrimmage.
issues.
Yes,
And a good stick
definitely.
in there on Jagorzek brings up 2nd and long.
Now let's get a little highlight of number 63, Rowan Munson. When you are
Oh, thanks for the
ball
like,
is
whoever
going to
did
your
that.
side and you're playing
Yeah, leave a
offensive
comment,
guard,
but-
your job is to get that defensive tackle and drive
Sorry,
him
we're
into
watching
the ground.
Logan
and we
play
get a
ball right
pancake
now.
block there. That's going to be highlight tape. That is everything
And
that
he's
you
losing
want to
right
see.
now, so-
Rowan Munson with the big block there.
Still some time to make it back.
He's the leader of
It's
the
the first
offensive
game of
line,
the
that's for
season.
sure.
And it's the
veteran
first
here
game
with
of the
this
season.
team. And now 2nd and 10. They're going to say that
And
Jagorzek
when you
got
think
back to the
about
line
it,
of
they've
scrimmage.
only been playing
Shotgun, way
18
early
days
movement.
together.
Jeeves was
Yeah,
already
to
down
be
under
fair, yeah.
as that
Like-
ball was snapped. And it'll be 5 yards here offside.
You're not making an Australian joke there, are
No,
you?
purely
That was,
coincidence, I believe.
Absolutely. Well
It
done by you. He
was an
was wide
Australian
open. You got to
joke.
give him credit. He was working
Yeah.
his way through the middle of the field there, but yeah, that's just too bad. A little bit of a momentum killer. It's going to back you up, and you got to assume it's 3-down territory. I don't want to speak too
Come on,
much
you
about
guys.
the Broncos kicker. He's
Come on,
not-
you better
he's still
make
gonna
some
be
points
developing
back
that
here
way,
right
but
now. This
you
is
watch that
tying
extra
time.
point, it didn't look like it had a ton of
You can
distance,
tie this
so
up.
You probably got to be between the 15 and the 10 to even think about a field goal. So you got to just get a chunk of yards back here if you're the Broncos.
And I don't need to
So
watch the
2nd and
replays. I
15,
can
low
just
snap.
look back
Witzel
on my
picks it up
phone.
off his shoestrings. He's
It's
tackled. The
5
ball
second
comes
delay.
loose.
Come on!
It's fumbled, and it looked like the Raiders jumped onto it. And again, a low snap for that whole rhythm
Let's
of
see
the
what
play
happened
off.
there.
And the Raiders got on the ball.
So
We'll
who
wait and
got
see
the
who,
ball?
in fact, will jump on it. But there was pressure.
It's hard to tell who
provided
got the
by
ball. though.
Broncos
Witzel.
has the ball.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
And
pretty
the
sure.
Raiders get on the ball. And I believe jumping
Quite
on
the
it was
doggy
his,
pile they had there.
is the dynamic duo of Oduna
Oh,
and
he
Whitson
dropped the
come
ball.
through.
That is a dynamic.
The quarterback
I like
fucking
those.
fumbled the ball when he grabbed it. That was a bad height.
Coming on that play, so we talked
Well, it was so
earlier
close
on
to the
first down
ground,
snap,
I
he did a
think.
good
It
job.
hit the
He
ground
got
and
the
it
ball,
landed
he
in his
scooped it, he
hands.
ran forward.
And
He tries to do the same
fucked
thing in
him
this
up because it
instance,
took him
but he
extra
doesn't
time to
protect
catch
the
that
ball at
ball
all.
and
He's got it in his throw
figure out
hand.
where he's gonna
trying
throw
to
it.
get momentum. He's trying to go forward. You just got to go down and live to see another day in
there's
that
2 people
situation.
watching and then 2
So the
likes.
Vancouver Island Raiders take over on their own 30-yard
That's
line.
not bad.
Plenty of time on the clock. Here late in this first half.
One might be
And,
just told I
fumble
just
ball on the
popped in
ground,
and
and the
hit the
Broncos get back on it. I think they did. They'll get it right back.
Nice.
As fumble on the snap that had too many moving parts, and the Broncos Broncos will get right back on offense.
I think Cole
No
Malone
way.
Fumbled on
this year
it.
last year, where I'd say a strong
Oh.
critique.
Guy
and
meant to
that
grab
could
it,
make a
but
big play for the
left
Broncos,
without the
so
ball
let's
in
give him
his
all the
hands.
credit in the world. He gets
You know
back
what? I
there,
have to give
sees
that
the ball
quarterback
on the
credit
ground,
for the
finds on
last
it,
like
and
kickoff
just
or
like that, the
hike
Broncos are
there.
back in scoring territory, momentum.
Yeah,
flowing
it
on
did
their
hit off the
side.
ground,
You
and he
just
still
wanna
caught it.
see
Still
the center
did something
take a
with the
deep
ball.
breath, maybe get that
You have to
snap
give
up
us
a
some
little
credit.
bit.
I think I
played
saw
center.
the side
think
view of
that, you know,
Logan.
the center never did
Sure.
no wrong when I
Yeah,
played,
yeah.
so you know,
I didn't see it.
sometimes you have a blitzing
Oh.
linebacker, you get a little panicked on the snap. It looks like they're playing with
Yeah, I
maybe a
see them
little
all
nose
standing
tackle
there on the
action up
stand.
there, so he can get a little excited. Just calm yourself down. You can make a snap.
So Comelo out of Vanderhook gets that fumble recovery. First down Broncos. Pass is batted down and nearly intercepted. It'll be incomplete as turning in a defensive back was
Come on.
Chase Witzel, the quarterback, who had that batted down, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Raiders bringing a little bit of a
Fuck you
blitz
guys,
there,
come on.
and you know, you can only have so many guys blocking. You have to have route runners down the field to try to spread out the defense. So the Broncos are going to have to find a way to tighten that up and block a little bit more from the inside
Not a good
out if
first
they're gonna
game,
continue
eh?
these straight dropbacks.
Like I said,
So are
they've
we
only
in 3-down
played
territory
together
again? We'll
for
see if
18
18
days.
Broncos
days, I
cannot
know,
move the ball any
but-
further. It would be a 32-yarder.
I imagine Vanke's
And they're
definitely
gonna
looking to
learn
get
from this,
6 to
right?
7 on the board
Yeah.
here.
To be able to take
All
it
right,
to
so
next
another
Saturday's
again. A
game.
Witzel out of the shotgun.
Hopefully.
We'll take a snap. What we got?
What the fuck?
Flags again
Past the line.
on the snap. And this, this is week 1, so we're going to see a little bit of this here with some of the timing and some of the offsides and procedures.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're the Broncos, this isn't necessarily a drive killer quite yet. What you want to do is get 8 to 10 yards. You don't have to get it all in one shot. Now,
Yeah,
every time
exactly.
I've said that, Vanke
Little
You
bit
know,
at a
yeah,
time.
a little bit at a time. You guys
That's
don't need
always
to
the
be
game
trying
plan,
to be fucking
if you can just
superheroes.
get the ball near the
Just
20 and live to see another day, hey, maybe the kicker's got a better leg than what I'm seeing. Maybe he just missed the last one just a little bit. Give some respect on his name.
Did I miss a
Just-
kick?
If you're Witzel, you don't want to force
I don't
anything. You
recall.
just want to get some positive yards here.
Unless maybe
All right,
when I
so
went to the
Witzel out of the
bathroom.
shotgun. It's
Oh, he went to
2nd
the
and
bathroom
15.
while
Here
I was
comes
outside?
pressure. And it's thrown up over the middle. It's caught by Jagorzik. He'll get back near the original line of scrimmage, so it'll be 3rd and 10. Would you try the 32-yarder or would you go 3rd and 10? Looks like we got a
Nice catch.
field goal here.
Fuck, he sucked it right. You see how close he was to
Really like
losing
play
that?
design. So typically what the Broncos have done in years past is
Goodness.
when they bring the running back up, they're going to boot to that side. Hey, maybe the kicker's got a
Ooh,
leg.
just rifled it right in
Michael
his
sits
arms.
out of West Side, and he'll attempt his first field goal in the BC Junior Football League.
It looks like, yeah, no, you're totally
Come
right.
on, you
Ignore
guys.
me for a minute. But going back to that play, when they would bring the running back up to the line of scrimmage, they would typically boot that way, and they'd use him as an extra blocker. So on that design, they just cut him underneath. Great job by VI to sniff that out.
Left-footed kicker. And it is a bad snap. And now try to do something as Witzel, and that'll go.
Oh!
And Chase Witzel just had to throw that one away. And again, that snap on special teams from center to holder, it's something you don't. It's not
What
the
just a
fuck,
lot
you
of punches. I don't know
guys?
if that was the holder that bobbled it. I know you're a former snapper there, so you'll say it was on the holder, but
Well, I'm
it's a
gonna
turnover.
say it with some confidence. It is on the holder on that one. It's at
It
his
is
chest,
on the
maybe
holder.
A little higher than you
The
want,
eye
but
is the
I'll
beholder.
give him some break here. I'll give him a little grace. He's thrown in the starting quarterback position, and so
Yeah.
now he's got to do double duty, and he's trying to get calm and go out there and march the ball down the field, and now he's got to come in for a snap, something totally different. I'll give him some break there.
All right, now I'll hand it off to Rondé Lyle. He'll dive forward and get about 5, and we'll see how well the Vancouver Island Raiders use the clock here. They are in that 2-minute drive. Of course, in this Canadian game, 1:10 is a lot of time. They'll now whistle the play in, so the clock will run here on 2nd and 4. And quarterback Juke gets his receivers in motion. He'll look to his right. He'll throw it. It is caught. And fighting
Small.
forward,
Oh.
able to fend off one tackle.
Oh!
And that's a big receiver there, Parker Mosgrove. He'll get the first down yardage.
This is the tackling that you hate to see. You're a coach. You never have done it this way.
Oh! Dropped him!
That doesn't do anything. Guys are trained how to bounce off of tackles like that. You're not going to wrap
You
up
see that guy
and
get
have your
dropped
hands
though?
around, try to
He
stop
fucking
him.
just ran right
You're
into his
just gonna let
shoulder
him bounce
first.
game more.
Boom! Dropped
First
him.
and 10 shotgun. Looking to to his left is Juke. He'll throw it there for grabs, and it's incomplete. That looked like it was anyone's ball. Mossgrip was the intended target, but there were a couple of familiar faces, including Keegan Curtis in the area.
Well, and Cullen O'Brien comes off the receiver at the far end.
Yeah.
Jupe is not making about a 50
I
yard
believe
throw
they
to the
said that
receiver
the
running
BC
straight,
Lions
comes off
practice
the
in this
receiver
field.
and bats that ball down from the backside. It's so tempting as a thrower
Really?
to drill that receiver in the back. He does
This
a
is their
great
practice
job
field.
of just coming from behind and swatting that ball down. Couple of great plays there by the defense.
Really important here. The Broncos don't surrender any points here late. It's 2nd and 10. It's a 6-point game. Back to pass Juke. All sorts of time. He'll showcase that big arm. He'll
Come on.
put it up and nearly intercepted. And again, right there on the scene was a
Good
favorite player out of
teammanship, you
Regina,
guys.
Keegan
Good
Curtis.
teammanship.
And Curtis, the
That's
defensive
good.
leader, it seems like he's everywhere.
Dropped
now for
him and
second
picked
year.
him up.
Absolutely. He's a ball hawk. You
That's
can't
good
go over the
teammanship.
middle
He
of
likes
the
to
field.
see
I think
shit
if you're
like
the
that.
quarterback, your first read has to be where is
Sorry,
Keegan
man.
Curtis and how do I throw away
Yeah.
from him?
Here's my hand.
I understand you want to go deep on that play. I think they've had so much success just working these underneath routes, and they had time to kind of work in that hook to curl zone.
Are you drinking that
just with
pineapple?
the hole in the zone of the Broncos? But interesting.
Can I
play.
try it?
Broncos just get away with one.
On formation.
Mm,
And it's
I wouldn't run
good
out and
high
buy it
spiral
again.
really
very
hit
soon.
You're saying it's not great?
It's okay, but it's not what I expected.
As handling it there was Colton Peterson.
Oh, you can smell the
22
vodka though.
seconds on the clock.
Like
And
first,
Broncos
like
will
just
get
smelling
back
it,
on offense here.
it
See what
smells
they-
like booze.
How they handle the final possession.
We'll just wait to see what that flag is on the
I
far
see
side
the
of the
flag,
field.
yes.
That's typically in the area of some form of an illegal block, and if that backs
No,
up the Broncos,
blueberries
you
better.
imagine they're not
Is
going to
it?
take a shot.
Mhm.
You imagine they're going to be pretty happy to get out
The
of this
blueberries
first
is
half,
good as
only
that
down
Tahiti
one
Treat.
score after the
Like dangerous.
absolutely dismal start
Dangerous
of
good.
that
That,
first
you can
quarter.
smell
gotta
the
be
booze.
thrilled if you're a Bronco to still be in this game. Gives you a chance to regroup
tastes
at
like
halftime.
plastic.
I think that would be the smart
Like, you
call.
gotta get that plasticky
He,
kind of
he likes to
fake-
challenge what I think is a smart call. So
Fake
we'll see what they do.
pineapple.
fake
Well, the,
pineapple.
Broncos
That's what I
will
mean
go
by
back again.
plastic.
Special
taste.
teams at this level,
tastes fake.
it's just so hard to
Right from
execute
the
a play that does not result in a penalty. You see a ton
Yeah,
of
that's not great.
legal
I
blocks,
wouldn't go
chop
and get that
blocks,
again.
walking in the back, and it's going to put the Broncos all the way back to their own 20-yard line here with 22 seconds to go.
You want to find a way, if you're not going to knee it out, if you're going to be aggressive, you want to be half aggressive, which is a kind of a weird statement to make, but you want to make sure it's a safe throw. You want to make sure the Raiders
So they
aren't
don't
getting
have
anything.
halftimes
A
or
wide
anything?
receiver
They just
screen.
keep
They'll
fucking
have a
going.
halftime
Put
when
the ball in
this
Nicole's hands and see if you can make
quarter
something
is done.
happen.
Oh,
Other than that, you want to
22
play it
seconds
conservative.
left, I think.
All right,
Yes.
so shotgun, and they will throw, and it's caught. Miko looking for a little bit of room. He will stay in bounds and go down a gain of about 7 or 8. Miko always comes up angry all the time. And in on the tackle, helping out was Michael Bosch, 2nd and 3.
I love that trade in a wide receiver, though. I want a little anger. I want a little aggressiveness. Now, as long as you keep it under control, you've got to make sure that you're not taking away from the play that you just made. But playing angry is an absolutely good thing for a wide receiver, as the Broncos will take
Yeah,
the time
to a
out here.
point.
Knowing Banky, there's something
Gotta
coming
play
up his
smart,
sleeve.
not
He wants to
angry.
be a little bit more aggressive. With 11 seconds, seeing not too much risk, I imagine he's going to try to get the ball into Miko's hands again. I think that's the right idea, but I just maybe not go for the big shot. Work it medium. Miko can make guys miss. Just get the ball in his hands and let him do the work. You don't need to make the quarterback do the work in this situation.
So timeout was
What are you
called by
talking
the
about?
Broncos.
Quarterback
They preserved
always has
a
to
little
work.
bit of clock here, so
That's
not
his whole
going
fucking point. That's his
quietly
job.
into the Tournament Capital Center here for halftime. They want to try and make something go of this. 11 seconds. I think they'll actually put a few seconds on the clock here is what the talk up in the spotter's booth sounds
You're gonna
like.
just toss the
I think
ball
my dad said,
like,
do not
inside,
go
close.
Good night before he drains a 40-foot putt on me.
and try and run it.
Boom.
I almost
That'll leave
guarantee.
a mark.
Oh yeah, my entire childhood is scarred from my dad draining putts from every side of the green.
Come
you've
on,
ever
Mr.
imagined.
Bicknell here.
Yeah.
Come on. We got James here on Telus Optic telling
These-
all the stories
These
here.
commentary guys are fucking
All right, so they
hilarious.
put 15.5 seconds now remaining in this half. Shotgun here, Witzel. He will look over the middle, and it's caught. Off the shoestrings by Jeeves. He will have first down yardage.
Jeez.
That's a nice little play.
Good to
Jeeves
see he's
getting
not a
more and more
butler.
involved in the offense here this season. He's got to be really thrilled about that.
Absolutely. He's a big target. He's got good hands. That ball was a little low. He went down and caught it, brought it up. Great hands catch. You like to see your receivers not using their arms to try to bring the ball in. Quick huddle for the Broncos. I guess the clock's going to stop when they get a first down, but they're going to have to hurry up after that. If you're going to keep trying to matriculate the ball down the field, might be a little tougher. Now's a better time to take a deep shot. You got your first down. You got a little more room. Let's see what the quarterback's arm has and have a little fun with it.
Well, we'll see what's decided here. But now the officials are talking about something. They have timeout. Okay, timeout was called. That did stop the clock. So might have been Vancouver Island that called that initial timeout earlier in the sequence. And the Broncos were able to get the first down. Now the Broncos call the timeout here on first down with 10 seconds. So a lot of timeouts here, almost like the NFL game here in the final 25 seconds of this one. We don't want anything to do with that side of the football, the four down variety. All right, over the middle, look out. Witzel gets hit as he throws it away. He's going to say it was high contact and beating his helmet, saying that was me, everybody. Tanner Witzel again, the D-line.
Great job on the rush here, just coming around that backside. That's the left tackle. He's going around the blind side and just manages to get an arm. That was the deep shot we were talking about. They were looking at Meikle deep and just got to get a little more step up. You want to see hit quarterback.
That was a shit
step
pass.
up into that
That was the worst. Like, he just threw it straight in the ground.
Because if that pass rush comes up the middle and you're gently going into that contact, it's going to hurt. But if you're going to make that throw, you got to step up into it.
Sorry.
So second down to 10. 6 seconds. Clock starts as the ball runs. Now it's thrown over the middle, and that will be incomplete. It will be third down. And now the Broncos would be wise just to take a knee here, maybe take a second and a half off the clock once it's snapped. Take the knee and head to the room. Feel pretty good about where you're at considering how this game started with the Raiders getting up quickly 13-0.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field here. You never know. Vanky might try to be aggressive one more time, but if you're going to do it, again, I'm going to go back to medium aggressive, get the ball in Meikle's hands, and let's see if the star player wants to make a star play in this
Go
situation.
smoke that joint.
Eagles going to line up in the
I have
slot
it on my
here.
phone going
Holds
so we can still
wide
watch
to the
from
right
outside.
and way
Okay,
out
I'll
the
be
far
right
side of
there.
the field. That's receiver Colton Peterson out of the shotgun. Barring the penalty, it'll be the final play, and they're going to throw it up for Meikle, but it's just overthrown by everybody, and Meikle was trying to draw some contact. But overall, Broncos only down 6. Didn't start well. They score on offense. Their defense to short things up. We could be in for a heck of a second half of this football game.
Absolutely. It was a little dour, you know. We've seen some games get out of hand quickly, but the Broncos...
The Raiders have just as many players as
They got pushed up
Broncos
against the
do.
wall.
Oh, they
I
just brought
came
in
out
that
and
extra
bullied them
group
a little
after.
bit, and the starting quarterback
What do I see, my
Broncos
baby?
had goes down with a knee injury. We hope he's all right, but Witzel's come out here and he's pretty good. He's got a lot of confidence.
Yeah, isn't that him back? Yeah, that's him back there.
Unorthodox
Nope.
plays. I think
Right there, I see him right there, yeah.
Logan, we see
Hey,
you.
Logan, you right there. Get a fucking haircut, dude. You look like a football player. What is he, 70? I'm
Logan.
trying to see his number. Ah!
Maybe they'll go back to him.
We've seen some very flat starts to the second half.
Text
Watch
him.
him.
You should text him. Be like, stop being in the back so I can see you.
We are through the half here at
There he is.
Riverside Stadium.
What number is
Right
he?
there. I can't tell. I can't tell. 79.
The locker rooms.
79. There he is, right there.
See local community live football action on
There's my
Telesonic
boy.
channel.
Hi, wave, you stupid son of a bitch.
Yeah, wave to your mummy all the way in
Ah,
Manitoba.
fuck. You didn't even wave. Logan, I'm giving you shit like that. Or shit for tomorrow, man. Did you grab that thingy? Or you want me to just grab another one?
I didn't know if I was gonna make it through work
If your
today.
health
My
and
feet were
fitness
so
means
bad.
working hard to see
Yeah, no, me
results,
and Goldwyn talked about
reaching
that.
your maximum physical potential is what
Well, just
acceleration
wait
is
till
all
I
about.
decide not to take
Acceleration
it
can
anymore,
help
and
you
then
achieve your specific goals with professional strength coaches. Whatever your fitness level, whatever your age, whether working on your own or as a team, Acceleration Thesaurus Strength and Conditioning, 100% effort. No excuses, do the work.
You want a cushion?
Yes.
Where'd you put the other cushion? Was it in the living room?
Yes, I believe so. No, I can't sit like that. I have to see this here.
They say in life, it's the journey that counts, not the destination. Because every place we travel through has its own story to tell. Well, we want to be with you on that journey and help you create that destination. Orca Wealth and Insurance Services, creating wealth since 1987.
If you're serious about exercise, if your health and fitness means working hard to see results, reaching your maximum physical potential is what acceleration is all about. Acceleration can help you achieve your specific goals with professional strength coaches. Whatever your fitness level, whatever your age, whether working out on your own or as a team, Acceleration Resort Strength and Conditioning. 100% effort. No excuses. Do the work.
They say in life, it's the journey that counts, not the destination. Because every place we travel through has its own story to tell. Well, we want to be with you on that journey and help you create that destination. Orca Wealth and Insurance Services, creating wealth since 1987.
If you're serious about exercise, if your health and fitness means working hard to see results, reaching your maximum physical potential is what acceleration is all about. Acceleration can help you achieve your specific goals with professional strength coaches. Whatever your fitness level, whatever your age, whether working out on your own or as a team, Acceleration Physiora Strength and Conditioning. 100% effort. No excuses. Do the work.
They say in life, it's the journey that counts, not the destination. Because every place we travel through has its own story to tell. Well, we want to be with you on that journey and help you create that destination. Orca Wealth and Insurance Services, creating wealth since 1987.
If you're serious about exercise, if your health and fitness means working hard to see results, reaching your maximum physical potential is what acceleration is all about. Acceleration can help you achieve your specific goals with professional strength coaches. Whatever your fitness level, whatever your age, whether working out on your own or as a team, Acceleration Physiora Strength and Conditioning. 100% effort. No excuses. Do the work.
they say in life, it's the journey that counts, not the destination. Because every place we travel through has its own story to tell. Well, we want to be with you on that journey and help you create that destination. Orca Wealth and Insurance Services, creating wealth since 1987.
If you're serious about exercise, if your health and fitness means working hard to see.
And welcome back, everybody, to BCFC
Oh, just
TV,
started again.
and as well here on channel 1981 TELUS Optic Local Community Sports. John Keane, James Bicknell, we're getting set for the kickoff here of the second half. You can see it score the Raiders with a 13-7 lead over the hometown Kamloops Broncos, and will be the Raiders receiving here to start the second half.
Absolutely, and it doesn't look like any trickery coming up. I'm not sure if I can see Meikle unless, nope, there he is at the top of your screen. If you're going to see a trick play, it's always going to go to him, and the Raiders seem prepared. They've moved a bunch of guys up close to the line there.
I think they know the book, and this one will be booted deep, and will be handled at about the 10-yard line. And a little bit of room to run here up the middle, still on his feet. Finding a little bit of room here is Huya to the Broncos sidelines to the far side of the field. Good return, and now the Vancouver Island Raiders offense will get to it.
Great job by the Raiders getting the blocking going there. Just Bronco players, you got to come in waves on kickoff, and they all just got a little too deep, not breaking down early enough, and great job by Ahuya to take advantage of that.
So we'll see if we do see the other quarterback here listed, and we were thinking we would see a little bit of Zach Golab. Nothing as of yet, and it is the 6'7" quarterback here, Braden Jupe, back in the shotgun formation from the 46-yard line. He will hand it off to a very familiar target. Lots of room here, and nearly off to the races was Rondé Lyle. Lyle gets a big first down after having 7 carries for 51 yards in the first half.
That's the kind of run where a head coach was definitely just screaming in the locker room and getting back to fundamentals. What do we do well? We run the ball, get behind that big offensive line of the Raiders, and just attack this Bronco front. Like, you had a lot of success with it in the first half, and you kind of get away from it as the course of the game goes on, but that was definitely a statement coming out from the Raiders there.
45-yard line, big run here to start the half. They're going to go right back to Rondé Lyle, but not this time. Broncos gang tackle at the line of scrimmage. They were well prepared for that. Late flag comes in, and was that a little bit too much celebrating here on the Broncos side?
Boy, I can't imagine that's a celebrating penalty there. That seems a little light if it's a celebrating penalty. I imagine it's going to be a version of holding on some level. The Broncos did a good job. They sent a bit of a run blitz there, just, hey, you're going to come and run the ball at us. Let's get ahead of this situation and just try to make a tackle in the backfield. And much better job there as the referees are still conferring and getting their ducks in a row here.
Let's see who it's against. The line judge went through that penalty. Unnecessary roughness going against Vancouver Island. It was after the play was over, and that's going to knock him back 15 yards here.
It has been getting a little chippy, and offensive lineman, you got to play with that chip on your shoulder. You got to play with an attitude, but you got to stop. As soon as the whistle goes, you got to let the chippiness go, and this one will go in favor of the Broncos. So big opportunity to get off the field here on 2nd and long.
So call it 2nd and 15 after the initial run by Lyle got it back to the line of scrimmage here. So passing scenario, and we've seen a familiar target here, Ruben Bonsu, and let's see if they look that way. Quarterback scrambling to throw toward the sidelines. It is brought in, but well short of the first down. Nice route run there by Blaze McCarty, and Julian has the catch. It'll be a gain of about 10.
Good job by Juke rolling to his right. A little play action there. I like the play call and just getting some of that yardage back so you can try to pin the Broncos deep in their own play, or in their own territory, I should say. Good job by the Broncos to not give up the big play there. Excellent execution all around.
Punting formation now for Vancouver Island. As you mentioned, yes, the Broncos will be getting the ball back. And let's see how well this is executed. And the Queen gets it off, end over ender. Peterson handles it for the Broncos on his shoulder. He'll look for room on the far side of the field. Tries to get around the down the far side of the field, but Harris Malik made the tackle. Broncos, they'll get the ball and they'll take over. I would say mission accomplished here on that first set of downs.
Absolutely. Good job by the Broncos defense to come out and set the tone. They gave up that big run on first down. Looks like Peterson's going to come up a little bit ginger after getting tackled there. But
a flag on the far side of the field too. So what do we have?
we'll wait for the call here. Looks like he's about to give it now.
Another chop block is the signal from our head official. So moving back any further. Again, I'll talk about it. Special teams, punts, kickoffs. How many have we seen cleanly executed here where there's no laundry on the field? And again, it just continues to be an issue here in week one.
Yeah, just that first game of the year, it's got to get cleaned up. It's something that no matter how hard you practice, just when you get into a live fire situation in football, there's a little chippiness. There's an edge. You maybe didn't make the initial block, so you're trying to make up for it. And that's just one of those things you clean up with a week of practice after week one.
It's just a brutal 15-yard penalty. And you'd be better off just taking the punt and taking the knee, if that's the case here. All right, so, and Witzel back to pass. He's going to screen it out here to Meikle. Meikle needs to make a man miss. And there was a block in the back, I believe, as Meikle gets to the sidelines. And you could see, I just let Meikle almost let him take that player on one-on-one. But you could see in the replay here, there wasn't much there, I don't think, as trying to make the play over there was Caleb Thiessen here for the Raiders.
But if you're Silas Gardner, the receiver on that play, you got to know a little bit better. Meikle's got the ball. He doesn't need that much help. You miss your block. The whole thing in football is you're going to get another guy to block. There's 12 guys on the field. You'll find someone else to go hit. Just because you missed that one, there's 11 other guys to go get your hands on. Find the next guy. You can't make up for the mistake that just happened, and that's too bad because that was a great play for the Broncos to get out of the shadows of their own end zone there.
So half the distance moves it to the 2.5-yard line, way deep. As Witzel, the quarterback, stands inside his end zone here for this shotgun snap. He will give to Jagorczyk, looking for a little bit of room. Jagorczyk will get a bit of room back up, maybe to the 5. But that was almost one of those surrender-type plays on first down, is trying to get out of that scenario inside your 5-yard line.
And a great play by Caleb Charles.
Procedure, the initial signal. So for all the work that Cam Jagorczyk did to get it back to the 5, they're going to move it back to where it was.
Yeah, that's just a tough play. It looked like he was trying to change the play just a little bit, or they had that, fake snap count to try to draw the Raiders offside. But if you're the Broncos, you really just want to execute your plays. You don't want to get anything too tricky right now. I expect they're going to try to work the ball to Colton Meikle right now and just get the ball in his hands early and let him go make a play.
Witzel in the first half, 8 attempts, 8 receptions, 8 for 15 passing, for 87 yards. Colton Meikle catching 2 of those 8 passes. And here goes Witzel back to pass. This time it's time. It throws it up, and that's a bad pass. Threw it right into the defender's hands, and it's going to be a touchdown. A pick 6 for Felice Toscano. And Toscano had the best shot at that ball, and he's going to take it in for 6.
Now, we said work the ball to Colton Meikle, but you got to be a little more judicious with your throws. You've got to not have tunnel vision on the receiver you're going to go to. A lot of fun with the Raiders there on the sideline in the celebration, but tough play for the quarterback. They'll get a flag for excess celebration there, but I think if you're the Raiders, you don't mind that. That'll
Well,
come on the kickoff.
if you've seen TikTok or any sort of social media, that's the Aura farming celebration. Yes, I'm 46, but I know what that is. That's the Aura farm on the boat with
I'm 34 and I don't know what that is.
So you see, okay, so you see here, what's going on is that number 2, he's got the Aura farm dance going on right now, and everyone is in the longboat there from Thailand. So that's what social media has taught me over the last month.
All right, these are things I think I didn't want to know, but I appreciate that you have a knowledge of the youth far better than I do. Good job.
It's all about the Aura farming, okay, and that's what they were doing, and it's going to cost them. They'll apply that penalty on the kickoff, but obviously that was pre-planned, and it was Harm Ahuya doing the Aura farming in front of the boat, and now we got a convert attempt here for McQueen to try to extend the lead. And it is through. So this time, the Vancouver Island Raiders convert. They put 7 on the board and now lead 20-7. And it all goes back. There's just a comedy of errors there, James. You think of the chop block that moved them inside, and on the punt, and then you had the illegal block on the Meikle reception. I mean, on and on and on, right? And then it leads to being rolled back up in your end zone in a pick 6.
Yeah, just tough decision making there. And if you're Chase Witzel, you got to have the memory of a goldfish. You got to go out, you got to forget that happened, and you got to find that first half swagger that you had. And it was a bad throw. They happened. You're going to have to move on and get to the next one. And the Raiders have come out and said, we're not going to let Meikle beat us. So, going back to the start of the game, who's that second guy? Who's that third guy? Brock Duford has been a game breaker for the Broncos in years past. Witzel's going to have to start finding a connection with a couple of other guys because they're keying in on Meikle and they're going to key in on Jeeves a little bit. So spread the ball around.
So we'll see after all the penalties for the celebration, they're actually going to kick it off from the 35. So it'll just be 10 yards further back than normal. Objectionable conduct actually was applied a penalty to the Broncos at the end of that convert. So we're doing all sorts of penalty math here on this last couple of plays.
Not really my strong suit, math.
Well, it's a 10-yard net loss for their troubles. Objectionable conduct both ways. So the penalty for the celebration after the touchdown still applied, and it's kicked off. And Jagorczyk will handle this.
Did you see the kid get steamrollered? Holy fuck, just
Did
took
you see
him.
them do the Aura boot?
Yeah, I
And
did.
got
Yeah,
a
yeah.
flag?
Yeah, and they got a flag for it. Yeah, they lost a point for
That
it.
was cool though. Like,
Well, no, they knew they're up that bad.
yeah.
Flag on the play.
Well, no, they knew they're up that.
Any kind of flow
Oh,
to this
my
game right now. You'd really like to see just both teams maybe disciplined.
That
up
kid
a
got
little bit.
fucking steamroller though, like just dropped him, and you see him look at him after like, hello, like he.
There sure were. The difference between the returners they got this year is there's a stutter, there's a delay. And
Oh, remember those that I told you when I was on the reserve? That one like kid just like dropped him, like his feet were like this, like
You just like
that's
to
what
get
happened
the
there.
ball
That was
and
awesome.
commit to where you're going.
That was before the
Stop
canoe
your
thing.
feet, stop your momentum,
Mm.
it's a
Well, what did you call
it's a
it?
slash that keeps
It's
going
called
forward.
Aura
That's,
Farm.
one thing
Oh.
for the Broncos returners to work on.
So it was an illegal block on
And they
the
took a
kickoff.
point for that.
Witzel scrimmages at his 25-yard line. Jagorczyk gets the ball, falls forward. We'll get a couple on the play on first down.
Yeah, our guy had
And if you're the Broncos, you don't want to fall into the trap after that pick six of getting predictable again and just running on first down. You gotta.
There's new people that come on here and they get the #1 crown already.
That,
Mm.
hey, it was one bad throw, one
And
bad
they
play,
get
we're on
just
to
say
the next
one
one.
comment and they get
Good job by
#1.
the Raiders just
Have you seen the stuff that's happening with YouTube now?
Yeah,
This offense
I've
a little
seen
bit
it. Yeah.
until they prove otherwise.
You're like,
She
there's
wears
a
it,
point
gets
value
about a
system
yard,
thing.
so call it
Probably
second
should
and
do
9
this
for
now. Actually,
Whistle,
it's
right
perfect.
between the hashes here on second down,
Okay.
third quarter action.
Look at my phone.
Broncos trail by
Okay.
13. High formation.
What's going on here?
A little bit of movement. Snap the ball in. Low snap handled by Witzel again. Throws over the middle, and he was looking for Jeeves. Jeeves was
Oh, right here.
all tied up. He was
Changed it
looking
again.
for a flag, but we won't see one. And a punting situation here for the Broncos.
Yeah, Broncos are gonna have to figure out that snapping issue.
Yeah.
We have in the quarterback who's just
Yeah.
under a
Certain
line of
people.
fire right now,
This
having his
guy
eyes
right here
go down
came
to
in
find
and
this
he
ball. It's gotta
automatically
be in his
took
chest, and
my first
that's
place,
one of
and
those
he only
things
said
that
one comment.
CFL is
Hmm.
almost
That's
99%
I'm trying to
of the
explain
time
this to
done.
other
You
people.
gotta be able to work.
And they think it's
You gotta
like a
find a way to
point
get
device.
that
And
snap
no,
out
these are
a
the
little
people that stick with you.
Brock Duford handling
Well, it's
long
not. It's not.
snapping duties here out of Clavette, Saskatchewan. And for
Stuff
those
like
that
this
don't
is
know, that's
how
about
this guy all of a
25
sudden
minutes
just like
outside of
jumps in.
Saskatoon along
And do you know
Highway
that guy?
16.
Is he subscribed to your channel?
And the punt
All of a
end
sudden,
over end
that random
will be
person
handled
just
on the fly.
gets
Here,
to be first
big
place,
field.
like they're trying
Trying
to
to find some
sucker
room
them
is
in
Ahuya.
to your
On
channel.
the sidelines will tiptoe out.
You know what I mean?
And
Like,
then
it's
another
not a good thing.
Flag comes in here as it looked like a little bit late to the party was Dylan Woodman.
Uh-oh.
And Woodman, I think, is going to
That
tack
dude
on
must
some
be a
penalty yards
fighter.
here for the VI Raiders.
This was a concern
Oh.
that we had at the end of the first half, is how are the Broncos gonna come out, and they've come out a little bit flat, and it's a good call by
Oh,
the
they didn't
officials.
show that fight part again.
It's just an undisciplined penalty, there's no reason to take
Oh,
that.
and I'm too late on this
Good
one.
return by Ahuya, and good job
Damn it.
maintaining his cool after a late hit by that. Broncos defense is gonna have to come up with a play here if the Broncos wanna stay in this game.
Yeah, you better fucking stay in this game. Come on, you guys.
Spotted the 29-yard line, and that is, you do the math there on the.
You guys are getting fucking
on
tanked.
the punt.
Like, seriously, your
And,
first
what
game.
was that, net you about
Come
4
on,
yards,
please.
all said and done.
Almost better off going
Leave
for
the
it.
offense on the field, is what we're trying to say.
You're
All right,
absolutely
first
just getting
and 10.
fucked.
Shoot, shotgun, backfield empty.
Yeah, but when
no
you stop
pop,
and think
he'll
about
roll.
it,
Now he'll throw
like I
into the
said,
corner
keep
of the
saying,
end zone.
18 days
Has
they've
a
been
bad
playing
touchdown.
together.
Yeah, I
And VI
know.
strikes again. It's
And the whole
Logan
thing
Bonsu again.
They probably come
And
from
Vancouver Island
10
easily
plus
able to
different
push this into the end
football.
zone on
Well,
the
there's
very
that
first
Aussie
play,
playing
following
on
the
his
penalty.
team, too.
And
Football.
strike to Bonsu, touchdown, Raiders.
And you
Schools.
just get burnt by the pump.
Yeah.
And everybody
Into it just a
is
little bit
trained
too
a
much,
little
and
differently than
all of a
each
sudden
other.
the receiver
Nobody's
gets behind
trained the
you.
exact
That
same,
was a
right?
great throw by
Yeah.
Zoot. He got the ball out
Yeah,
in front of the
figured shit out,
receiver,
yeah.
never gave the defenders a chance to go get that ball. Great throw, great execution, and after that, couple of early touchdowns again for the Raiders. We'll see if the Broncos are able to claw back, but if you're
Fuck.
VI, it's all momentum all in
They're
your
doing
favor,
it
and
again.
if you're a little complacent with it, we'll-
Yeah, I know, I'm thinking that to myself. I'm like, holy
Let that
fuck.
happen again.
Holy fuck, maybe this is one game we shouldn't have watched. Like, fuck.
So now
Just
they're
getting
27
stomped.
I don't
What
care
was a
whether
close
they
game
win or
at the half.
lose.
I know, we got to
The
see him a
Raiders
couple
scored
times, so.
14 points in the opening
So,
6 minutes of
It's
this third quarter.
experience.
A lot of this for the Broncos has been self-induced.
I didn't
with
think
penalties
he'd ever go
and a
that
bad
far.
pick six
and still be
inside their own 10. And now the
There was
Broncos
a
got
bet,
long road back here. We'll
and
see how much fight
What's
they
funny,
have.
at the 40,
Well, you're gonna have to
and
find some
I
fight,
never got to
because
see
there's
the
a
money.
lot of football left, and if you're gonna keep taking
They didn't think
penalties
I
at
was
this
gonna
rate,
last
I don't
6
think it
months
shows
there.
fight
That
or
was the
spirit.
max
I
bet.
think it shows that
Oh.
you're allowing
Yeah.
VI to be the
Nobody
better
said a
team.
year or anything.
Playing disciplined and
2
playing
years.
to the whistle
2
is
years.
not a problem. It doesn't make you tough by taking penalties and taking bad late penalties. So you can be tough, you can show assertiveness
And
out on the
becoming a
field.
foreman.
It doesn't mean that
In
there
a
has to
French
be a flag
factory.
every single play.
Even the like the
So we're
owner.
getting set to kick off, and
He
again
come
it's
to
the
talk to
Queen
me,
who
and
will
he's
move
like,
things off. Oh, they try another short kick here.
Oh,
and trying to
that
recover
didn't
was
work.
McQueen himself. Did he touch it though before midfield? And I think he did touch it before midfield.
Oh,
They're
you
gonna
touched
say-
too much?
I'm going to say VI ball here right now. So a bit of insult to injury. A second
What? I couldn't see
onside
what
kick
happened there.
here in this
He
game
just
recovered by Vancouver.
Toppled it
Boy, and you
over.
watch the replay.
Because they wanted to pick it up and run
Executed
away.
perfectly. He touched it just on the other side of that orange line, which is the 10-yard mark. And all momentum for VI, and they're looking to put their foot down on the throat of the Broncos here early.
Wow.
Getting all the momentum.
How about
with
that
them.
kick in the
The
groin?
front line of the
That
Broncos
sucks.
is just backing up immediately as the ball's kicked. You got to be a little more patient and see what's coming towards you.
Again, that's the perfect time to do it. You don't expect a team that just put 2 quick touchdowns on the board to go and do it at that point and execute it. I mean, NFL teams and CFL teams can't execute it better than they've executed here in 2 returns or 2 recoveries. So it's a lateral here and not much room this time. And finally, they'll get their hands on Ruben Bonsu and tackle him. And I think they're going to tackle Bonsu here for a loss.
6 Broncos in on that tackle. No one does anything
Why do you
untoward.
not
Keegan
have
Curtis,
this
the first guy to get hands on him. Better job at least trying to wrap
Oh,
up.
it just shows up differently.
That's how you get back into this game if you're the Broncos defense. You
Can you
needed
see
that
what's
play.
happening on
Now
your
you've
phone
got to
right
get
now?
the 2 and out, get that ball back. The offense has been sitting on the sideline. They've had a chance to regroup. Now is the opportunity if
You're
you're the
getting, like,
Broncos to get back in this
notifications.
one. You're gonna have to get a stop here though.
Like
Jalen Berg able to finish
It's
off
me
that
sending them
tackle,
to you,
and
but
look
it
at that
doesn't
loss
show
of
up the same way
6
on
or
my
7
phone as it does yours.
on what I guess goes
Your
down
phone
as a
is
running
completely
play
different.
for the most part there. The
It's like modeled
All
for
right.
you.
Quarterback juke, shotgun.
You know,
Now he's
it's
pressured.
really
He'll
weird.
screen it
Oh.
out, and again they'll try to
You
screen
opened up
play.
that
And a
setting.
fumble
What do you think of
recovered,
that?
but
Blueberry?
going nowhere on the
That's
play
not
is
Did you
shake
Ronde
it?
Lyle.
yeah.
And Lyle made a bit of a meal on
I
that
know.
one. It'll be 3rd down.
Really? You didn't like it?
Brilliant play call again. If
I
it's
just
too
don't think
easy
I
as a defensive lineman, you
Oh,
gotta suck
and when I
that out.
poured it out,
But
it's not blue or
momentum
anything.
breaks
No,
in
it
favor of the
won't be.
Broncos.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone touched it.
Same
for a
as they
while. I
make
think it
strawberry
just
chocolate
didn't
milk
quite
now. And it's
cover
not
up the ball the
strawberry,
way
it's
that
white.
you'd like. He didn't have it tucked
Really?
away
No red dye?
as it should
Nope.
have been,
I
and
bought one.
there
This
you
was
go.
a few
Fuck
months
off.
Here's your
ago.
chance.
And
Hunting
Strawberry
that's
milk,
all
and
I
it was
wanted
white
was
milk.
strawberry milk.
Not a
And I
great
looked
punt,
at
but
it,
it'll be handled
I'm like,
on a
when it's
hawk
not pink,
and
it
bobbled.
doesn't taste
Tastes
like
like strawberry.
So that would save the Broncos.
Oh, that's
Jaworski,
hilarious.
And Zoe said it's been like
who was,
that for a while,
tackled
but
immediately
I
on the
noticed
play. Actually,
as
that
in
was,
Blazers
Stockbruder,
and kinda
excuse me.
Yeah,
looking
Stockbruder
over, they have
just
some
takes his
different
eyes
drinks
off the
in
ball
there.
last second. You can see him looking at the
But they had
defender.
strawberry milk in
Your
a
first
jug.
job, it's the
And it was
hardest thing
just
in
white.
football is to
No,
be a
it was
return man,
pink.
Oh.
especially
This stuff
punt
was
return.
pink.
You know that there's 12 guys coming.
But
down.
I
You
didn't
got
see a
momentum.
price. I'm
They're
like, yeah,
gonna
it was
take
them. Probably $50 more than at
That
the
is
grocery store.
job one. Even if you're gonna get absolutely crushed, get under the ball,
Supposedly their cigarettes
control
are
it, get
$5
two hands
a
off the
package
bounce,
more than
control
us.
that ball. That was almost a game-breaking play for the Broncos. Instead, their offense will take over at the
Why? Because the town won't give up who fucking broke into their
Shotgun
place.
whistle handles the snap.
And the bargain
Throw
shop
it
was
up,
broken into
looking
twice.
into triple
Yeah, it
coverage,
was.
and
I
guess
told you
what?
that.
Intercepted. Miko into triple coverage. It's intercepted in midfield, and it's
Yeah,
basically
me and
a
Gary
late minute
fucking
again.
drove by there.
And the VI goes right back on
Were we
offense.
heading
I
to
think
the
that's just
Oh no, we're
an
having my
experienced
place.
quarterback. I think you're just trying to force a ball that's not there. Miko was working it to the outside. He's throwing it more into the middle. There was no need for that play if you're the Broncos. You're not trying to immediately get back into this game. Momentum is one of those things that you have to allow to build. First downs is more important than a big game-changing play because you just had a big game-changing play. It went in favor of VI. So, interesting play call. Maybe not the best idea. VI is going to take over at the 48-yard line.
It just seems on offense it's Miko or nobody right now. And that's on the end on the far sidelines.
I can't see what happened.
Bronco staff doesn't think it's a catch,
Hmm.
and they will rule it incomplete. Little juggle act on the far sidelines. We're going to look at it here.
Oh yeah,
Popped
he
it
didn't
up,
catch
but
that
that was-
at all.
No,
Gavin
he
has,
didn't
held
catch
on
it.
to a lot here tonight.
No.
Rob,
It's the
Ruben
replay
Bonsu
here on my
took
phone.
it.
He
That
did
is great
not catch that.
concentration. I think the only thing
He
that
sure
happened
fell on
was
his ass though when he
Robinson
landed.
under it as he's going down. He bobbled it a little bit and he's out of bounds. So even though he brings it in probably at the end of that catch, like he obviously caught the ball, he's just out of bounds with an additional bobble. So it'll be 2nd and 10.
Good point. No, we don't have
Good
to send
point.
that to the
I
command
don't
center
know
to
what
figure that
team
out
it
either.
is, but one of the
These two newscasters really have it out for each
That's a
other,
good
eh?
question.
They're really like
Your basement. for
been
that.
barking
For
at
sure.
each other a couple times.
Shotgun.
Eh?
That's what people
Now they're going
want
to try
to
the
hear,
near
right?
sideline, caught but short of the first down. As Keegan Curtis in there to make the tackle, as Jake Barker makes the reception, he'll be about 4 yards short.
Great closing speed. and a great job of wrapping.
I don't know why the
up
Broncos
Curtis
are like
making
cheering.
that
Like,
play.
dude, look how many
Have to
yards
wrap
you just
up
gave
and
up.
just throw a shoulder into
It's like,
something
yeah, I
that.
tackled him at that moment. Yeah. It's
Gonna
like,
be third and short, but BI is gonna
sorry.
keep the offense on the field.
In plus territory from the 42.
Spurs
You need
my
about
heels
4
and
or
my
maybe a
toes
long
are-
3. Here on third down.
take
Shoot.
one of those
And the
times.
shotgun.
I will, but I want to.
I haven't taken one in 2 minutes.
Situation.
Like, I haven't taken any
Again,
drugs
flags
in 2
fly.
minutes.
Wide open receiver. It is caught at the
And
10.
it's still,
And down to the 1. Did he
it's
get
manageable.
in?
I can
He's
deal
going to be
with
down
this.
at the 1. No,
right now.
touchdown.
It still hurts.
As
Oh.
Juke finds his receiver on the far side of the field. That's as far a spot from our location. And it's brought in by Blaze McCarty.
Oh. Well, they're really getting spanked.
Jumping offside.
It's absolutely spanked.
That's exactly how you draw it up as a football coach. We're going to go on a hard count on our third down play. And we're going to throw it deep if we get them to jump. And if we don't, we've got our play to try to just get 3 yards, 4 yards. And they're conferring here a little bit.
You
longer,
should have
which
texted.
makes it
Oh,
go
yeah,
against
you
the
should have
Raiders, but
texted
we'll
him. I
see.
should have gave you your phone.
Offside.
Should have texted
Well, just
him.
wait. We had roughing the passer
I'm gonna
Broncos
be
too.
like,
So double flags.
He won't be able to answer me till he was
It's
done.
become flag
They
football
start
here.
practice
The
at noon
Broncos
today.
start.
He's like, Mom, I won't
They're
have my
not
phone
the fun
till
variety that we all used to love and play.
Okay.
late
Just a
your
lack of
time.
discipline. It's a hard thing to come out of camp with, but you have to find a way to do it. So
Come
it's
on,
gonna be
you
a touchdown
guys.
for the Raiders.
You can still fucking do this.
So I believe
Come on.
roughing the passer, they may
Come on,
stop
like,
this
start
at the
crushing.
goal line for the convert
Like,
possibly.
where's your
You can do
enthusiasm?
that.
You know?
You can do it for the convert, or I believe they
You
can
guys
do
are
it
all
for the
young.
kickoff
You're all
and
like
the
fucking
Broncos
me. I
beat.
can't go
I
over
think
there
they're
and
going to
crush.
spot it. Okay, they'll spot it at the at the 5. That's where they'll spot it.
But I could kill a
And
gopher with a cane.
It's still a
One-handed.
kicking scenario here anyway.
And
regardless.
oven mitt.
See if they do apply
The
that
giant oven mitt I have
for
now.
the kickoff. But the Broncos have quickly
Usefulness
given up
forecast.
what could be 21 quick points here in this third quarter. And again, we'll say it's a lot of it is self-inflicted on the interceptions and the turnovers, and that convert is good.
Come on.
So Vancouver Island maybe a bit of a scare at halftime, only up 6. They've opened up a 34-7 lead now in the third quarter.
Yeah, the Broncos just came out flat. You don't want to say they came out tired, but look at that last convert. All the
Fuck. Come
Broncos are
on.
standing in a 2-point stance, and guys are looking tired, and you can't be having that. You've just had training camp. You've got to come out with a little more fight. You put up a great first half after starting very slow. You fought your way back into the game, and to come out in this third quarter and ultimately surrender by just taking all these bad penalties. And how many of these have been?
It's not just bad penalties. It's just bad fucking game. Like, I've seen so much fucking
roughing calls.
Just no discipline.
Yeah, you expect. a
And
little
yes,
bit
they
better
lost their quarterback,
with
blah,
that
blah,
coach.
blah, but there should be no
Vancouver
excuse for
Island, one
that.
of their, coaches, I think
The
deep
point of
coordinator
having a
was
backup
dancing
quarterback
down
is
at the sidelines.
You
He
guys
just
play
let
the
himself,
same. You guys
with
are
this,
one.
21
You know what I mean?
outburst. And
Like,
with this extra penalty,
But like I
they'll
said,
actually
they've
kick
only
the
been
ball
together
off from the
18
Broncos
days.
50
yeah, I know.
And you
after
gotta
the
learn
roughing the
everybody's
passer call.
quirks
Let's see if they kick it
Yeah,
deep.
no shit.
And that's going to bounce into the end zone.
Fuck.
And
Fuck.
collected. It'll be a safety. Oh, this late, not quite yet.
What the
There
fuck
it is. Now
happened
it's
there?
official. And that
What
is
the
a live
fuck was
ball.
that?
So
He's trying
Stockburger
to run the ball
had to
out
pick
of
that
the
up and try to do something with it. But
zone.
VI adds to their lead and they'll put 2 more points up on the board.
And again, that's just undisciplined football, not knowing the scenario, not knowing what's going on. And there comes a point where we've given the Broncos coaches,
As
some
you
credit
said,
in the
they
first
don't
half
know
for
what's
some good
going on,
coaching, and
man.
that's just not situational awareness. That's something that you have to have ingrained in your team. And they just seem to be lacking the focus right now. And you need to come out, you need to see some leadership, and you need to see some offensive progression. You're way down in this game right now. Get a couple of first downs. You're not going to be able to overcome 28 points in one offensive drive.
Come on.
Well,
You
let's see what the
could.
Broncos have here on offense. They've just been throwing that
Come
ball
on, you
up for
guys. Come
grabs
back.
up the middle of
Come
the
back
field.
from
So
this. You guys gotta be seeing
let's see what
what's
Witzel
going on
can
by
do.
now.
The Kelowna secondary quarterback who took over after an injury to the starter Beeler. Up the middle, I believe that's Jeeves. And fighting
Jeeves,
for
Jeeves
money
is
back
that,
here on
isn't
first
that
down.
Australian guy?
No, that was trying to get a number on there. I believe
Dexter
that was
Mallow, number 21, I believe.
Dexter Malo out of Vanderhoof. Yeah, he'll
Malo.
get a carry. So a carry for Malo here. So the Broncos already kind of looking at their options here on offense.
You're getting some guys into the game, but you're falling into that trap of run the ball on first down, throw on second because it's second and long. And I like the creativity. It was just they're trying to force the ball too deep. Go back to the shorter passes, the quicker
Yeah,
passes.
check your email tomorrow.
In the shotgun.
See if YouTube complains
And
about
not much
this.
room here at all for Witzel. Witzel was sacked right
The
away.
only thing
on
that
the
I think
play
they might
action.
complain about is those stupid
Witzel
ads
held on to it, and it's going to be a quick
Yeah.
2 and out.
that were put
And
in.
that's part of that
halftime.
dynamic duo
Yeah,
here
first
once
time.
again. And that's Tanny Witzel.
I can
coming
see
through
everything
with
else
the sack.
being kosher. I don't see
It
anything
works
wrong with
great
this.
when it's a one-score game and when you're not running the ball on first down and in second and
It's so
long.
limited.
Not a tool when you're down.
It's not a high
28.
market
You're just
value
giving the
thing
defensive end a
anyways.
free rush on the quarterback, hoping that he's going to bite on that play action, but he has no reason to in this situation. You're down 4 scores and seven yards to go. Sorry for the Abraham Lincoln reference there. The Gettysburg Address, but there's so much action going
You're
on
right,
in the
yeah.
backfield. The Broncos just have to simplify the playbook. Quicker passes, and now you're going to get a time count violation because
Come
things are
on.
just happening so quickly on
Not
that
enough,
Broncos
not enough
sideline.
players in the field here, right? For the Broncos, they were short a player, so they had to take the time count. So they'll take the 5-yard penalty. There's not a lot of players that result in a flag right now on the positive
What the
side.
fuck
for
is
the
going
Broncos.
on? Like, seriously, come on.
So Jeeves punting, standing now all the way back at his 10-yard line on a drive that goes in reverse. High snap. Jeeves able to make a great play to knock it and kick it, punt it. It'll bounce and take a Bronco bounce. It's collected near midfield, but a bit of a horse collar tackle. Let's not tell the officials that. Brock Dufort down the field makes the tackle on Harm
40-yard
Ahuya,
line.
and the VI's back on offense.
So maybe we'll see it on the replay. If he just grabs all jersey, it's not a horse collar. He actually has to grab him by the shoulder
by
pads
the knee
on the
bar
back.
area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a great play by Brock Dufort.
Fuck.
Boy, what a job by Corey Jeeves to bring that snap in. And he's shorter, and I don't think he brings that in, and the game just keeps revolving against the Broncos. A little bit of a momentum play. The Raiders' offense has looked unstoppable.
Zach Golab now at quarterback. He's come into the game. We were told he would see some snaps, and he is now in. He'll hand it off. And again, it's the familiar running back, Rondé Lyle, and Lyle's going to push forward to the Broncos 50 and be close to first down yardage.
Yeah, if you're the Raiders, now's a good time for a quarterback change. You know, the Broncos have been giving you first downs and looking a little lifeless. So good job by the Raiders head coach to get some players, some extra, live fire is so different than whatever you get in practice. No matter how hard you practice, it's just not the same as game reps. So it should be interesting to see here in the second half.
So the veteran
Try
back
harder.
Lyle just
Come on,
got for
guys.
first down yardage. And now in under. Go left. He will. Hand off. A little bit of room again. Cut back in the middle. And some more room to run here for Rondé Lyle. So they're not giving Lyle any of a break. It's going to be another first down here for the Broncos, who seem a little bit overmatched now here on that line.
Yeah, they're going to have to find a way to get some penetration, and they did. They just didn't get a hand on Lyle to slow him up for the rest of the cavalry to arrive. That left side, right side, I should say, opened right up, and Broncos are just not attacking the ball. They're not getting that gang tackling going. You got to have all 12 guys getting there.
Another first down is Lyle turning up. He's now approaching 100 yards on the evening. He'll be very close to that number now. And Golab will roll out. Looks to his right. Overthrows a wide open receiver. Boy, he had Dorian sifted wide open, but got a little happy in the pocket and overthrew him.
Yeah, that'll happen. It's his third snap in the game. You got to settle yourself in there, but you couldn't ask for a more wide open receiver. He hits him, doesn't even have to hit him in stride. I think he's going to take that to the house. So Broncos get away with one there. We'll see what they bring on 2nd and 10. Why not send a blitz? You saw that he's a little itchy trigger finger right now. He's not settling. Broncos got to send a little pressure here.
Shotgun. Handled here by Golab. He'll look to his right. He'll throw it up one-on-one down the sidelines to a familiar target. Nearly brought in on the one-handed attempt there by Ruben Bonsu. Bonsu, one-on-one down the sidelines, third down.
Full credit to Lucas Patterson there. Does a great job in coverage. Gets his hand on him, but not enough to affect the route. So a good job by the official to keep the flag in the pocket there.
Lucas Patterson out of Salmon Arm. And the third down, go for it here. Oh, they're punting. Okay, sorry.